Hello and welcome to another episode of Chaotic Minds. I'm your host, Devontae Ewing, aka DJ Thunderbase, and I'm joined today with my co-host.
Hello, my name is Henry Monty, also known as Mayhem the Heart's Mace, your co-host.
I am Dark Trooper coming for you live from a secret location, aka my couch.
I knew it. Dom?
Dom da dom dom.
Hello, I am Dominic Visions, and it's time to open our third eye. And let's begin.
And I am the Supreme Llama Overlord. Late from work, the neighbor has their fucking blimp in the moat, and the chicken is losing its mind while Mayhem hasn't even noticed his car is on the damn roof yet.
Where is my car? How did you? Hang on now.
Well, yeah, the guys who were digging the moat when you got here, like, I also paid them to put your car on the roof.
Damn it, Llama. No wonder that cherry picker was sitting here.
I thought Marty McFly was flying in that car and it landed on the roof.
But, like, seriously, who fucking parks their blimp in a moat?
Problem with rich people,
Like,
especially spoiled ones. Like, if you're rich and you earned it, that's one thing. But for those spoiled brats, they can F off. Now, on that note, Thunder Base.
We'll get started with how we always do with relationships with Mayhem Heartsmace.
The damn chicken.
Remember, ladies, always choke the chicken.
Damn it, Llama. Disclaimer, by the way, as Llama says things. Disclaimer for all of you, just in case.
Disclaimer? It tastes good.
These are our thoughts, not yours. These
Disclaimer
are
time.
our opinions on what we have gathered in thoughts, information, and knowledge, and whatnot. So, on that note, when it comes to relationships, as I've always stated, as it comes down to it to the very beginning, is communication, as seems to be the thing that a lot of people keep failing at throughout the world. No matter which direction we go, no matter where we go, there is always some kind of miscommunication. So, just remember to communicate accordingly. Talk, discuss, figure things out. If there's something that is confusing you with your significant other, your coworker, your friend, and or others, or acquaintances, to communicate. If they are refusing to communicate with you, that's on them, not on you. Just always make sure you at least, lend an olive branch to try to have a communication. If they ignore it or delete it or just act like you don't exist, then you know the answer. Because sometimes silence tells the answer. It's like when you're asking somebody, did you do said thing? It's either yes or no, 1 or 0. But if you get a but or a false accusation or someone just explaining, confusing, or whining or saying, how would you even say, how dare you? That is them hiding something. Now, when it comes to relationships, we're going to be pulling up this video here from the wall. And I would like to know what your thoughts on when it comes to this lady, on what she says. And then we're going to play a little bit of it. We're going to pause it for a moment, have everybody talk, and then we're going to play some more and discuss a little further. So let's see on this. It's brought to you by The Wall. The guy is a big Simpsons fan, as you'll notice soon. I'm a big Simpsons fan, too. Marge is my MILF crush. I'm not going to joke about that one. So hit it, DJ.
Thunderbase.
No one talks enough about how hard it is to let go of the guy who you love and who loves you. And there's so many beautiful blessings in the relationship, and yet you just know deep down that they are not your forever person. And you go through it hoping that that feeling goes away and that the love takes over and that everything works out, because you've never been treated this way. And it's so much of what you've prayed for. And yet it teaches you about self-trust, and that choosing yourself, no matter what the outcome, is always going to be in your favor, because it's not fair for you or the other person to silence that voice inside.
Women like this are a karma that ends up being paid by a good man.
The whole cartoon guy is talking. Do you guys understand what she just tried to say?
Not a clue.
Not really. I wasn't listening.
That's an issue in relationships. but it comes down to it with her. She's explaining in such terms that, oh, I'm with somebody, but they're not the one that I love. The person that I love was the guy that I was with a long time ago. It still has a part of my heart and part of my soul, even with their being married to the guy they're laying next to and everything. They're not the one they're thinking about or loving. They're still thinking about that guy from years ago that still has their heart that they're hoping to get back with one day.
Shockingly, Hinder made a song about that. If you remember, Lips of an Angel.
Yep. And it's not always a good thing because that screws things up in relationships. When you are over with somebody and you are done and the relationship's over, that's it. It's over. If you're with somebody else, you keep your loyalty to them. You're caring to them. If you're using them, which is what it sounds like with her, she is using the person to get what she wants until she has that said guy come back. That doesn't work.
Particularly when said person
like
is
he's
already
a-
in another relationship and or getting on the track of getting married with that other person.
Yeah, if you're waiting, that's not going to end well. And what was that you said, Thunderbase?
Sounds like she's using the other guy as a substitute.
Yeah, and that's what it is. Plan B. You're the Plan B guy, which I get that. There's an actual song about that from a band called Mariana's Trench called the B Plan. And I get it because there was one point in time where I was the Plan B guy from a few ladies. And I didn't believe it was real until I married my wife. And then once they all hit around their 30s, they all came out of the woodwork. Not even a joke. Just hitting me up, messaging me, contacting me. Hell, some sent me letters. Others would find me or drive
You've got mail.
to my work and be like begging and pleading to be with me. I know you're a good guy. I know you're loving and caring and you'll pay for everything. You'll take care of everything. You want to stay home, mom, and I'll be that girl with 6 other kids from 4 or 5 other baby daddies. No, you should have had me at the time during high school or after high school when we were all fresh and young and you weren't already bred with 4 or 5 or 6 other guys. Kid with just me, that would have been happy. Kids with just me, been happier. But no, you're not going to hit me up 10 years later or 15 years later like one of my exes, hoping and begging after a horrible thing of drama throughout high school and being lied to, cheated on, and everything else while she went to college being the new open door. Coming back to me 15 plus years later, and I'm sitting there with my wife going, yeah, no. And then I asked my wife going, what would be the sweetest thing of revenge without me hurting her? And she says, simple, tell the truth. Just say you're happy without her. And that you're happier, you've been happier without her ever since, and you have me now. And I said something along those lines, and man, she was right. It just shattered that girl's world. She never wanted to speak to me again. Avoids me in every way now because I was her Plan B while she had fun with everybody else. And same thing with other girls and exes or girls that were friends that wanted to, we're just friends, this, and this, but don't go and date other girls. You're still with me, but I'm going to sleep with all these other guys and date all these other guys and let them take me out and then they're going to buy me stuff. And then, after my body is ruined, I look fugly, I'm lazy, I'm missing a bunch of teeth. I have 4 or 5 kids and I'm fat and lazy, like fat as can be, and now not in good shape whatsoever. Now I'm going to come to you with probably riddled with STDs. How about no? I'm not into that. I would rather laugh at you. I'm happy with who I'm with. And then when it comes to relationships, that right there, that lady just saying that stuff, that is toxicity. You do not want to have a person like that. That's why you're supposed to communicate, to find out who you really are with the person, if you really care and love them. Because if there's someone playing a game with you, then you stop. You don't play.
That is an example of toxic femininity.
Yeah. So on that, let's go a little further into this video and have a little more of a discussion about relationships. All right, The Wall. Let's play it.
So the farther away, the better. And I want video far away because they show exactly why many men choose to stay single. But before we start, give us a like and leave your comment.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, The Wall. Leave us a
Okay,
like.
this is technically not my content, but
speak to us. Say how you feel. Say who's your favorite person on the show. It's probably Llama. On that note,
Creepy ass fan.
me
What?
hear from somebody who
What'd
has
I
gone
do?
through this. What
Just
if you
saying
meet
who your
somebody
favorite
where you are their dream girl, but they're not your dream man? Like,
right
do
there's the problem.
you just accept because obviously they're so loving and they love you exactly the way that you want to be loved? Or 'cause I don't want to have to do this thing where I'm like building a man. I don't want to do that. I want them to come ready.
And that's
But
the problem right
also,
there. Pause that for a second.
Hypothetical question.
What she just
So
said right
let me
there.
know what you think.
Yeah, 304. You know what a 304 is. But right there, her saying that, like, in his eyes, you're the perfect woman, but in her eyes, you're just the plan B. You're not the perfect man for her whatsoever. Yeah.
oh
no,
yeah, I've been through that situation.
Yep. Same. And the funny thing is, they came back later going, "You are the perfect man in this way." I'm like, yeah, maybe you should have stuck around long enough to see. You didn't give it the time or day, or you just wanted the moolah. All you wanted was the money.
Yeah, like,
if you only talk about her,
I
You want
had
the
that,
6-pack, the 6 figures, and it's 6 inches.
what if you got more? But
What have you got less?
yeah, it's called the Mark of the Beast. So they want a guy that is 6 foot with at least a 6-pack, with at least 6 inches or more, with 6 figures. I'll let you know. I bring 6 figures home all the time. 6 action figures every time. And then when it comes to inches, I got more. And then when it comes to a 6-pack, I got an 8-pack. And I'm 6 foot, exactly 6 foot. But I'm happily taken, happily married. Unlike these girls that are going to be sitting alone for a long time. Sure, you get your spine realigned and your cheeks beat, because if a guy can make you giggle, he can make your cheeks jiggle. And that's something
I make my own cheeks jiggle.
You do, and it's terrifying. Damn it, Llama. But
Whoops. I hit the wrong button on that.
how dare you? And you made the nerd version of me again. You're horrible. How dare you? Damn it, Llama.
I had to get caught back up. I accidentally hit the reset button.
That's even funnier. Yeah, that
I'm having
girl
an off day,
saying that
man.
stuff right there was toxic. You want to talk about the ick or the ew or the ugh?
That guy,
girl
that
right
guy's
there.
a bishop.
Yeah, that girl right there just stated it.
That's
right
not a
off
girl.
the-
That's Bishop Bullwinkle.
Oh yeah, you're gonna hear it in a second. If you want to hear this, play this for 1 second.
Girls.
Hell no. Because straight up, hell no. Not dealing with that kind of girl.
No.
You guys shouldn't either. Like, the girl needs to understand that when you get with somebody, everything, it's not called like this. They can call it settling all you want, but no, when you're actually with somebody and you're happy and you know you can be
All right.
happy with that person, be happy with that person.
Oh,
You have a
You got-
family and everything else. You can have a good life. You can
no.
just do things the right way and save money. And a lot of these girls want to go on the fast road. They want to go on that fast, quick road, not realizing that it has a bad crash. Steady and slow is the way to go. Moving too fast is going to rip rain on that ass. And I just said that. I just made that up. Copyright, print, put an R on it. That's mine. All right, let's try with this. girl.
You owe me $20. I copywrote that last week.
You lie. But all right, let's see this with this girl and see what crazy thing.
Don't ever marry your second choice. He is not the man you still think about at 2 a.m. Don't marry him. Every girl has that one guy, the one who ruined her for everybody else. You never get over him. You just learn to live without him. He set the standard. Every kiss after him feels weaker. Every I love you sounds quieter. You also compare silently every single day, even on your wedding day. You
That is
settle
your
for safe
fault.
because Dangerous broke you once again, and you swore to yourself, never again. You'll say, I'm happy while staring at
Well,
the ceiling
that
at
was-
night, wondering what he's doing right now.
Here.
Your physical body will be in the bed next to your husband, but your soul will still be in that old car, that old motorcycle, the old apartment, the old version of you that felt alive. You'll teach your daughters
Yeah,
to never
right
settle
there.
while secretly knowing you did. One day you will
Well,
see his name
right
pop
there,
up or
I'll
hear
show
his
you
favorite song, and your
this
heart
right
will
here is a
skip a
good
beat like
example
you're
of what I'm
19
talking
again,
about
and
here.
you hate yourself for
That-
it.
that is
He
a
is not
bad
the man
woman.
who still owns a piece of you.
Because if
Don't
her
put
husband
his
is
ring on
watching
your
this
finger.
right now, I promise you,
Because
if her
second
husband
choice
sees
love
this
turns into
freaking video of
first
her,
class
I would be
regret.
signing divorce
Marry the
papers
man
right
that you cannot live without, not the one that
Like,
you can live
somehow
with.
still thinking about some other dude while we're together, you're still I'm somehow your secondary choice, and you're still stuck in a guy that's still pounding girl after girl after girl, or jumping
Probably
around.
has STDs throughout the wazoo. Probably most likely broke.
Yep. It really ticks me off because those kind of girls, and then they try to say, "Oh well, I'm going to teach my daughters not to settle," even though I did. And that's the thing. You had kids with this guy, and and he's your second choice, and you still think about some other dude the whole damn time. There's something wrong with you. You have a mental issue. You need to get it fixed or corrected. You should be appreciative and looking out and loving the husband that is doing everything and anything for you, because being a man is a lot harder than they think it is, and there's a lot of great sacrifices to being a man. I work all the time. I take care of my wife and my kids. I love them. I do everything for them. I will pay for anything. I just want them to stay home, be safe, learn, be knowledgeable, skilled. And for me, I will work hard every single day. And my wife knows it. And I never have to worry about her thinking about any of her exes. Or I even ask her and asked her in the past. And she's always told me no. Why would I think about that when I have a guy like you, when I have a man that's strong, sturdy, and loving, that's everything I've ever wanted? The man she dreamed about, as she explained it to me, was me. And the woman that I dreamed about was her, which is crazy when we put our stuff together, like old notes and stuff when we were in high school of like, what was your dream man? What was your dream woman? We're both sitting there looking at each other, and we're looking back and we're like, wow, we literally just explained each other without ever meeting at the time. And then 12 years later, somewhere around there after high school, found the woman of my dreams. Was it easy? No. I had to go through a minefield of hoes. I had to go through an ocean of hoes to find the black pearl of the sea, the rarest thing in the sea, which to me is, I've never been happier. Sure, stressed out and angry, but that's the life and that's the world. Never them. I'm always happy about them. So people like this, you got to be mindful of. And if a girl is doing that shit and telling you, oh yeah, you're just second choice, this and this, I still think about this other dude or whatever, don't get away from that girl. I don't care if she's the only one doing this punani stuff for you, and you're like, oh yeah, she does all the things. I'm like, yeah, but she's thinking about some other dude the whole damn time. No.
But what if she gives you a chicken?
It depends on survival. She gives you a chicken, you might get a blowjob. Actually,
What if she chokes the chicken?
well then you have less eggs than it. But no, on that note, we'll do this last one talking about this lady, and then we'll cut off from the relationships. So what's this lady say?
I'm engaged, but not to my dream man. That's right, you heard me correct. I've actually dated the man of my dreams a few years back.
Oh, I couldn't imagine that pain. Imagine seeing the woman that you're meant to be marrying. You've engaged her, and you're seeing a video like this. Yeah, well, I'm engaged, but not to me dream man. That's fucking mad. What are you on about? That's why getting with a woman with no past will cause you no problems.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's never had any trauma. Find yourself a woman of God, because she won't have a past there. If you want to find a woman of God, download the even. She can ask you questions such as...
Yeah, their relationship would be over after that, like 100%. If I was engaged to somebody and I seen a video of her saying, oh, I'm engaged, but not to the person I love. The guy I fell in love with was years ago. Even though he was sleeping with a bunch of other girls, or he's married to somebody else now, I'm still in love with him over the guy that I'm going to marry.
Not even in the same country sometimes.
Yeah, and they just get used, and they use that guy. But the thing is that these girls sometimes bring their own trauma. That's the problem. That's the issue. They go out searching, having fun, getting drunk, getting pounded, making their perfect little kitty look like a damaged hamburger helper or some meat curtains, because they're not really thinking. They're just thinking of the sauce and getting lost in it and getting bounce chicka wow wow, like, and giggity giggity. But they're not really thinking about the long term, not thinking about the effects. They're not thinking about the relationship. They're not thinking about if they're going to breathe.
Lost in your sauce.
You could, but you might go blind. But anybody else say anything, or you guys want to say anything about relationships with this part before we shift off to the next part?
The problem is that if a woman is this obsessed with another person, then that's not really much important to be in a relationship like that, because they're not going to be attached to you. And it's just like, I can understand if you have baggage, particularly if that person is hung up on a person who has been abusive, is a jackass, is just a roundabout horrible person, horrible excuse of a man who's broke, always mooching off of you, never pays for anything. Other bad qualities. Oh, abusive. Like,
oh yeah,
I thought you said abusive already.
Because of his inferiority complex,
mental, emotional, physical
using
abuse.
you to make himself feel better.
Yeah, a superiority complex.
Oh, I love him so much.
It's a superiority complex for some people where they just want to push you around and make themselves feel stronger or better. And then also there's the girls that go out and date and bounce around without realizing that there's an actual like chemical imbalance in your brain and in your body. A lot of these girls don't realize or know after they've had so many bodies, certain chemicals don't produce right anymore, meaning your companionship drops drastically. The more men you sleep with, the lower that goes, meaning the less loyal you'll be. It's not a joke. I've met and known a lot of girls that bounced around. Still to this day, they're single or have a bunch of kids.
Goes once a cheater, always a cheater.
Yep. And then there's relationships like with my wife and other girls that I've known. Only a few guys are such. And then with the man of their dreams and been with, or just one man, and that's it. And they're happier, loyal, loving, caring, anything and everything to make sure that it is. Because it's supposed to be happy spouse, happy house. Not happy wife, happy life. Because where's the husband part of that? Where's the happy husband, happy life? You don't get that. That's why you say happy spouse, happy house, because you both should be happy. You both should be making each other feel loved and cared for, because men like to feel loved. A lot of ladies don't understand that men are big about the heart. We just don't like to show it, because what's the one thing guys usually do when they show emotion? You're a bitch. You're weak. Oh, he's being a pussy. Oh, why are you showing it? No.
Or how about this one? The guy's sitting out in the garage on a folded chair watching TV when he has this huge, beautiful house. She's taking a video of it because I've actually seen the video. She says, I have this beautiful house instead of we have this beautiful house.
Yeah, it's a we thing.
She started the sentence off with, I have this beautiful house, and he's sitting out here in the garage watching TV on a foldable chair, drinking beer and smoking.
Maybe because you torture him and he doesn't need to be around that stress, because when you come home, that's when you're supposed to be having stressless and stress relief. Because you're at work all the time. You're busting your ass and your balls being yelled at and screamed at or treated bad or something, or getting hurt, getting your hands sliced open, getting your fingers crushed, dropping something on your foot, and you still have to maintain your composure, keep to your job, get everything done, then dealing with idiots driving home to get home.
Ma'am's just talking about today.
Damn it, Llama. Getting nagged at, yelled
at. Hit the button, but I'm taking a shit right now.
You scare me, Llama. But yeah, when you're coming home, you should be having less stress about stuff. Like I had a horrible day today until I came home. It was stressful. I was ticked off. I was having problems, having a hard time breathing. The weather was messed up. Dom disappeared. And then I came home to my family. Big smiles, door open. Daddy, I love you. Wife giving kisses. Food's ready. House is cleaned. Everything's good, and I'm happy as can be. Big smile on my face, hugging my daughter, and just big heart warm felt moments. That's what matters to a man. They want a family, and they want to carry on. But on that note, let's get into a little bit of lore news.
Have you been to
The Joe Rogan Experience. I guess this is kind
Hey,
of
why
my
is there a
pet
monkey?
phrase. We are a species with amnesia.
It's my favorite phrase of yours.
We have forgotten so much more about ourselves than we remember. And what the process of history and archaeology should really be about is a process of remembering. We shouldn't be imposing our ideas of what we should have been on the past. We should allow the past to speak for itself. And when it does so, it speaks eloquently. One of the sites that we visited and explored for America Before was Serpent Mound in Ohio. I don't know if you've ever been there, Joe.
I know, I've heard of it though.
It is an amazing.
Jamie's from Ohio.
Yeah,
Yes.
Jamie and I were
Yeah,
talking
for
about
sure.
it earlier. There's Serpent Mound. There's an aerial view of Serpent Mound.
Oh, that is crazy.
But here's the thing: you see
beautiful.
You see the head end of Serpent Mound there. So Santa and I went there at the summer solstice in 2017. We were there on June 21st, 2017. And my wife Santa is a photographer, and we acquired a drone for this specific purpose. And she flew the drone up 400 feet above Serpent Mound, and we sat it up there watching the sunset. And what happens on the summer solstice, and you can only see it perfectly with a drone. There's pictures of it in the book here. What happens on the summer solstice? You can see it from ground level, but you get up 400 feet, you really get it. The head of that serpent is pointing directly at a niche in the distant hills through which the sun sets. Also the year. So it's a sky ground alignment, a perfection that is taking place there. It's a beautiful thing to see, to watch that sun majestically sinking down into the horizon and see this awesome figure of the serpent gazing directly at it with its jaws open, almost as though it's about to swallow the
point
sun. And then we remember
this happens everywhere
that there
in the
are
world. Like there's whole places like this in the world where they're from the sky is what you see the truth. When you're standing down below, you don't see these images. There's stuff like that all around the world where there's like in certain deserts, giant structures, giant birds, giant
brought
humans.
this one up because it actually has a specific mythological reason.
Yeah, it's talking about, I believe, the serpent. And there's numerous
giant serpent or toothy mouth from Native American mythology that's associated with the underworld.
Yeah, and it's scary as hell to think about. It's just the point is that there are things like that. The question is the advancement of technology from the past. You had to have some kind of advancement of technology to be able to do this stuff. Meaning we did something to reset and screwed ourselves up, and we're still not figuring out what we did a long time ago, or it's being kept secret so we can stay stupid. But let's go back to the science guy.
Other sites around the world which are also aligned to key moments of the solar year, aligned to the winter solstice, for example, the Temple of Karnak in Upper Egypt. That kilometer-long axis targets exactly the rising point of the sun on the winter solstice. One of the interesting things about Serpent Mound, and I urge anybody listening to this, go visit Serpent Mound, and especially go there on the summer solstice, because that's the moment, that's the marriage of heaven and earth. That's when sky and ground unite in majesty at that place. But one of the mysteries of Serpent Mound concerns how old is this mound really? How far back does it go? And there have been arguments that there is a group of archaeologists who would like it to be just 1,000 years old, and they attribute it to a culture called the Fort Ancient culture. There's another group of archaeologists, in my view, who've done much more thorough work, who attribute it to the Adena culture. The thing about which goes back to 2,300 years ago or so, there's evidence for an earlier construction enterprise. It looks like the site has been continuously reconstructed and remodeled, as we would do with any sacred site. If it begins to wear down, you remodel it. And then you get later organic material being introduced to the site that may give you the impression that the site is only that old. What's intriguing about Serpent Mound is it stands on a natural ridge.
That happens everywhere.
And that natural ridge, and this is entirely an accident of heaven and earth, that natural ridge, the head end of it, if you like, is naturally oriented to the summer solstice sunset. Somebody, a long time ago, noticed that natural orientation, and they decided to monumentalize it. Here was a place where whispered to sky. The earth, in her own nature, looked directly at the place on the horizon where the sun was setting. This was a highly significant place. This place mattered. So they then created Serpent Mound on top of it. They memorialized it. They turned it into a special place that human beings had had a hand in making to honor the marriage of heaven and earth. And what I found researching this book is that Serpent Mound is not alone in that respect. A lot of people are puzzled by Stonehenge in England. Stonehenge is built on Salisbury Plain. And there are two kinds of big megaliths at Stonehenge. One of them are called sarsens, and the other are called the blue stones. The blue stones, we know for sure, were brought along Stonehenge, a distance of about 150 miles. The sarsens are found in abundance on a place called the Marlborough Downs, which is about 20 miles from Stonehenge. But until very recently, it was thought there were no sarsens on Salisbury Plain at all. And archaeologists couldn't understand why Stonehenge wasn't built on the Marlborough Downs, where the big sarsen stones, the 20, the 30-ton megaliths, were available locally and didn't have to be brought there. Very recent research, 2018 research, has provided the answer that two of those sarsens were naturally in position all the time at Stonehenge, and they are Sarsen Stone 16 and the Heel Stone. And if you stand behind Sarsen Stone 16 and look at the Heel Stone at dawn on the summer solstice, you see the sun rising in direct alignment with the view. And the Heel Stone is like the
and
site.
that is something that happened with Egyptian culture back in the day. Back when people actually cared about history and lore and everything else. Like Stonehenge and everything else, the giant figures that I was talking about, and same thing with like the Grand Canyon. There's a Sphinx there. Where the hell did our history
Sphinx
go?
and pyramid.
Yep.
Not to mention, there's also remnants of an actual.
Damn it, Llama! Why are you outside looking at us?
I see you look
Creeper!
He's literally Llama
Llama's
is
creeper!
outside the window. He just scared the wife of the Ring camera.
I'm surprised you didn't notice the light is on.
I see the light on all the time. All right, but we're gonna do a little more lore. Trooper here, did you bring any lore?
Yes, I did.
All right,
I was going to talk
so
about the
lore.
month of April because we are in the spectacular month of April. As one of the saying goes, April showers bring May flowers. And that is a true statement because April is a gateway between the transition between winter and summer. It's the midpoint where we still have cold days, but now we're starting to get into the warmer days in most places.
Wouldn't they call that like the spring equinox or the summer solstice switch, like the winter to summer?
The solstice was in March.
Yeah, it was March to shifting over to April, and April.
But
is,
it's actually fast. I just read it on the history chat on the history that actually April is named after Aphrodite.
Mm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think Aphrodite.
Because she is the goddess of fertility, and this is the time period. Most animals, this is what they do: is that this is when they start fornicating and making eggs and making babies.
Oh yeah, this is the time for breeding. Like that's what Easter was also actually about. It was a Wiccanish paganish holiday about breeding and because around the time before the winter.
Yes, that explained why the bunnies thing came about because
that was part of it. Was the bunnies breeding and everything and eggs. Meaning like pregnancy and children and whatnot. And then they also added in there about
It's just a strange combination because bunnies don't lay eggs.
No, they don't. The chickens.
That's also a good.
Well, which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Part about that, like bunnies don't lay eggs, which like you said.
I don't know.
But I don't know why the eggs are involved
first because the chicken evolved from another creature.
Yeah, Thunderbase is correct. It would probably have been. It probably
I just wanted to fuck with people.
Prehistoric chicken that they changed every time they bred and every time they produced new eggs, the chickens were more adapted to the said area they were in, and then over time.
I think
geologists did actually find out that
the reason why we use eggs is because it symbolizes the fertility, and the egg, and depending on which culture you're talking about, the egg is actually represents the beginning of new life. Because
yes. That's
and
what
when
I was
you
thinking.
hard boil it and eat and scratch it and hate it, in case at least in the Christian mythology, they actually represents the eggshell actually represents the tomb of Christ.
Yeah, so there's different meanings.
Himself out of the tomb when he resurrects.
Yeah, and Thunderbase, what were you saying?
I was just saying that chickens were found to be their ancient relative was the T-Rex.
Which is even funnier that the chicken is a T-Rex, which I really want to put that in a D&D story. Is you guys aren't fighting a giant T-Rex, you're fighting a giant T-Rex chicken.
I pitched that.
I think Llama is the one that sent that to me before.
Yeah, no, I mean, we had a conversation. I was like, we just need to battle a giant chicken.
We do. We need to, and we're going to. Don't worry. I think I actually have one for D&D. As I've been preparing for our new campaign, it's taken a lot longer than expected because of the moving and building the new studio. So, any more lore for you guys before we shift off to the next part for birthdays?
Well, there's a few notable. For example, on April 13th, 1360, there was a freak hailstorm that killed over more than 1,000 English soldiers invading France. It was called Black Monday. They were hit by large hailstones that actually crashed into the horses, causing them to stampede and freeze to death.
Wow. That is
chilly
dark.
temperature. For 3 weeks later, the British King Edward III made peace with France.
I mean, after a catastrophic event like that, then yes. And yes, that is a picture of Llama looking through the window, looking at me.
Creeper!
Yeah, from the moment that like the lore started, I was standing there. I rebooted all the cameras in the path so you wouldn't be notified of my movements to that window.
You sly little...
Creeper!
So then I just appeared at the window in a notification.
Yeah, I see it right here. Like literally right here.
Up.
Up. Damn it, Llama.
Don't turn a flashlight in front of that.
You were standing there looking at me for at least a good minute or two.
Oh,
and
yeah, no, I was there for a while.
And I wonder how many people were driving past going, what's
7.
with that creeper?
7 cars drove by while I was out there.
Talk about
randomly, we're gonna get a knock on the door of freaking cops. Sir, was there a person peeping in your window? Yeah, he lives downstairs. Don't worry.
Yep.
Can you say that again, sir? All right. On that note, birthday time. Our weather. That worked. All right, Thunderbase has brought up the Weather Channel again, as we haven't had that for a little while now.
Oh, are you talking about that tornado that hit down in Union City, Michigan?
It's formed. It's right there.
Randy, get in here. Go, hurry up.
That is terrifying. You do not mess with Mother Nature. She will wreck you.
Can I go touch it?
See it right there.
Oh, yeah.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Holy crap.
That's
And
coming.
it goes from small to massive in a matter of seconds.
Go. June, go.
Yeah, look, right there.
June, go.
It hit,
Go.
and then it's growing.
You're being obnoxious. Go.
It goes from
June,
an
go.
F1 to an EF4 in a matter of moments.
Nobody notices when I grow.
Damn it, Llama. I'm terrified. Let my llama grow.
Only if you have a microscope.
Randy, hurry up.
Dom has one.
Is it next to the toilet? Can I borrow it?
That is huge. Look at that. Look at how fast that grew.
Oh wow!
It just boom, exploded and got huge.
Oh man,
some debris.
That is terrifying. You do not want to fight that. And it just
And as you
ripping
can see,
through.
it's also a multi-vortex,
Yeah, it's going nuts.
meaning it has
Sometimes 2 or
more
3
than
tornadoes make a big one.
one spout in it. What we are seeing, what we perceive as the spout of the tornado, is actually the condensation of water vapor condensing into a cloud-like form, spinning around mixed with the debris.
Yeah.
In reality, it doesn't even need the condensation. There are actually types of tornadoes that are like
Look
that.
at
They
it.
are called invisible
Everything's being thrown in the air.
tornadoes.
Everything's being ripped apart.
oh man.
That is, look how wide
All it
that
is a rotated column of air.
Dude, you get in the house. Get in the house. Go to the basement.
He is in the house.
Oh,
Get in the
man.
basement.
Did you wake up to that alert this
No, he's in
morning?
a trailer.
One.
The one that came over the phones.
Yeah, there was numerous. Like my phone went off, my wife's phone went off, my spare phone went off, my backup phone went off.
I just heard phone went off, phone went off, phone went off.
All of them went off.
Not me. I got the alert too, and I looked out the window. I didn't see anything going, and I just went back to sleep.
It was going crazy. I didn't sleep.
Yeah, Union Lake is gone. It got flattened.
Yeah, no, I was sitting there sleeping. It went off. I was like, oh, tornado. Oh, Mayhem's upstairs. He'll protect it.
But we are in that season again of tornado season. And yes, this is a message mainly for Tornado Alley, but tornadoes can happen anywhere.
Especially in my pants.
So always be on the lookout. Always watch for that. If you got rotating air, if you notice a lot of an updraft on upcoming storms, then be very cautious because that can lead to heavy tornadic activity as well as severe thunderstorm activity. So it's always wise. There's currently right now, Iowa, from what I saw, is dealing with a major tornado watch right now to some systems, and it's going from Iowa down to Oklahoma. So from Iowa to Oklahoma, be on the lookout because you got, last I checked, you guys were in a tornado watch.
Yeah.
Due to high activity. Let's double check that.
So
right
that
now.
means, guys,
Yeah.
girls, and squirrels, that the world has changed and things have shifted on the planet. Michigan is now the end of Tornado Alley.
Yes.
That's terrifying to think about. Meaning that
Back in my day, we were made to go down to the basement of the high school, and the sky was purple or grayish. Ma'am, you remember that day?
I remember when we'd all have to go in the hallways or go downstairs into the basement of the school.
But yeah, for America, what gets the states active for Tornado Alley is you have to receive a certain number of tornadoes per year to be considered a part of Tornado Alley. And since late 2010s, Michigan has started receiving more and more tornadoes, enough to put us at the end of Tornado Alley.
Yeah, we've had more than we've had in a long time because I remember the first tornado I ever witnessed. I was 3 years old. I was living in River Rouge with my parents. And no joke, this was insane. The tornado came down, a small one, and just went right down the road. We watched it, and it flipped the car. It didn't throw the cars away, just flipped them on their side or pushed them away and just went down the road, destroying the road. And it took a
One
while.
of that bright spot.
EF1. Most likely an EF0 to EF1 tornado at most.
Well, once it took a right down the street, it grew, went down the main street, ripped it all up, and then went up in the sky. The sky was green. It happened within like 5 minutes, maybe less. And I was a little kid witnessing it. My parents telling me to get away from the windows. Right when they said that, they pulled me away, pulled me right by where the closet was because my mom was holding me and my dad was like trying to stand in front of the door to protect me. He closed the door. The glass shattered. It hit all up in the window, the door, everywhere. And then we opened the door back up, and my brother and sister were in there too. They were in the lower part of the closet, and we were just terrified. We didn't have a basement in River Rouge where we lived. Like, if there was a basement, it was storage, and we could barely fit in there because there was so much crap. Because also we had a person living above us that was using it too, and barely ever were allowed down there because of that crazy lady. She stalked us for years too. But yeah, the tornado stuff, man, that's scary. That was the first one I ever witnessed. I was 3. Witnessed a few in my life, and maybe chased one, but it was an accident. I didn't even know what we were doing. But Thunderbase here, man, he went a lot more on that when he was younger.
I have seen my fair share of tornadoes, fair share of them, both from Michigan and all along Tornado Alley.
Could I be honest about me that I have not seen a single tornado in my life at all?
How rude.
It's not shocking.
It all depends on your life, man, and what happens. Depends on the section of the area.
And
near Detroit, Detroit does have them, but if you're closer to the water, surprisingly, there's a little less.
Oh boy.
Yep. In truth, majority of people may end up going their entire lives never seeing a tornado.
A real one, not like the movies, like where you'd watch Twister and you'd be like, "Yeah!" Like I remember Twister. It was a hell of a movie.
You know,
those two main characters cannot be in the same room, let alone on the same screen together.
They don't like each other.
Unfortunately, the one of the lead actors been passed away since 2016 anyway. So then the film is 30 years old as of this year. The sequel was released 2 years ago.
I still have yet to see
I haven't seen the sequel yet either.
I haven't seen it yet either.
There was a thing I did remember watching the Twister movie, which they did clarify that was not actually possible to do. Was if you remember the scene where they're near they get into the barn filled with a bunch of sharp objects, and he grabs a belt and wraps it around the pipe. In all reality,
considering the strength of that tornado that was ripping through, that pipe would have been ripped right out of the ground.
Even with it being buried in 10 feet or more, it would have the belt would have snapped, or his guts would have ripped out.
That was an upper range EF4 to an EF5 ranked tornado. There would have been nothing left.
Yeah, the thing is, it went through. Scene was a little there's no possible way they would have been able to withstand the pressure, the wind, the vortex, the weapons, and everything flying around while he's holding with a leather belt. He would have been ripped apart.
That belt would have snapped.
Yeah, it would have snapped, or he would have been ripped in half.
Yep.
Like in all reality, that was just movie magic right there. I know we do movies, like literally, we make movies.
To me, it's the scene itself seemed a little wonky because I know if there's a tornado like that, I still wouldn't believe it, to be honest.
Yes.
So,
for safety purposes, people, do not attempt anything that you see in movies, media, anywhere. Most of those are either done through special effects or done by professionals that know what they are doing.
And for common sense reasons, ladies and gentlemen,
it could cause your life or cause serious injury.
You're paid lots of money and heavily insured to do it.
Yeah,
instructions unclear. I went to a train station and ran into a wall trying to get to Hogwarts.
Damn it, Llama! I actually believe you on that one.
Does this mean you met Hagrid?
I used to be Hagrid till I shaved.
That means Dark Trooper is Hagrid. Dark Trooper is a giant.
To end off this section, if you hear those tornado sirens start wailing, do your best to get to either the center of your house, the center bathroom, the basement, or a local safe shelter.
Or a shelter that you have yourself. For us, it would probably be hanging out with Llama in the basement.
Ooh, no, because he said the bathroom.
For me, I'd have to travel somewhere else. I live in a trailer house. I'd have to travel somewhere else.
Yeah, you're kind of.
If you live in a trailer house and the tornado is en route to your location, leave.
Yeah, run.
Do not stay in the house. Leave. Go to a safe shelter.
Yeah, wherever the direction of the tornado is coming, take a far left or a far right, the opposite direction of it. Don't try to run ahead of it. You're not going to outrun the tornado.
No,
you're not.
That is another movie magic thing that was done in the movie Twister that is not possible.
Yep, that's not.
Yes,
especially that one.
The closest
believe
thing they did that
anything
was real in
fictional
that
in the
movie was
film,
the vehicles being dragged and started to be flipped and pulled because of the tornadoes. Because that's what they'll do. They'll start sucking in your
Yeah.
vehicle and gone.
Just because something looks safe, cool, or whatever.
reminds me of my
it's
ex.
fiction.
A good reminder to
You're not wrong.
everyone. Let the Twistex team be a good reminder to everyone to
Mhm.
maintain a safe distance as well as keeping a good eye on your own surroundings. Twistex made that faulty decision, and their vehicle got taken up by an F5 tornado, and they are no longer with us.
Yep.
May they rest in peace.
And on that note, for our weather, that'll end it for now. That was pretty hardcore. Thank you, Thunderbase.
No comment.
What about a chicken?
You love things blowing.
Me?
No, God damn it, llama. Put your giant dick down.
I haven't found it yet, though.
He's talking to Trooper. That's not his leg.
Okay, stop. You guys are silly.
Told you.
I just getting rid of some of that negative space.
And it is time for celebrity birthdays as we are getting started on April 9th.
All right.
And we are going to get started with movie actress Ellie Fanning, 27 years old.
We all know why you chose that
got-
name. It has-
No, that's her actual
Elle
name.
Fanning?
What I'm saying is you
Her
chose it
first
because
name is
that
pronounced
Fanning
L, like the letter
Yep,
L.
she got hers. She's known for her roles in Babel, Maleficent, The Neon Demon, and Super 8. She also had appearances in Criminal Minds back in 2006 and 2007.
Oh, yeah.
She also has received the Teen Choice Award, Scream Award, and MTV Movie Award nomination.
Too bad the awards don't mean anything anymore.
And fun fact, she is the younger
She's
sister.
also the older sister of actress Dakota Fanning.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
How about Dennis Quaid? He's 72 years old. He is a movie actor, best known for his role in the 1979 movie film called Breakaway.
Nice. I got one right here called...
He's also known for The Rookie and Parent Trap,
as well as Undercover Blues.
I got one right here called Little Nas X.
Oh, no.
27. He's a rapper.
Don't take my horse to the old town road.
Yep. He is a country rapper kind of guy. Old Town Road, Billy Ray Cyrus featuring with him for a remix in 2019. Over 600 million views on TikTok. That's quite a bit.
I'm actually kind of surprised you didn't do this one, Henry. How about Hugh Hefner? He died on October 27, 2017 at the age of 91. He is the first magazine publisher to create the widely renowned Playboy magazine.
I didn't know he died. Wow.
Yeah, he died years ago.
Yeah, he died in 2017.
Yeah,
Wait, he made a magazine?
Damn it, llama.
That's why the Playboy Mansion has been sitting abandoned. Didn't you know that?
No.
Don't magazines normally have articles?
He was married to everyone that was abandoned. They were all his
It's an
wives.
abandoned mansion in Hollywood now.
That's funny. I have one. How about this one? Jesse McCarthy. Give me a second. I've lost my train of thought. Okay, Jesse McCarthy, pop singer, 39 years old. He is best known for his soundtrack being a former child singer, actually, and then grew up into his fame acting. He's voiced Theodore in the Alvin and Chipmunks movie. He's played in soap operas such as All My Children, and he has lent his voice into Young Justice as Robin.
Are you still on the 9th?
Yes.
All right, so let's do one more before we shift off to the 10th. I got one right here.
How about this? WWE wrestler Bianca Belair, 36.
All right.
Hello.
36, you said?
Yep.
Oh, there's a face we missed, but oh well.
Yeah, I seen the Kristen Stewart one. Happy birthday to her too. I didn't realize I'm older than her.
Huh.
I'll tell you right now, the only movie I liked her in were like more of her B movies. I did not like her in Twilight. I did like her in Snow White and the Huntsman.
Which that kind of flopped, but
It's still way better than the last Snow White. I'll take that one any day. That was more of like a D&D Snow White.
Before Twilight,
because it was like
Twilight,
a
she
Snow White,
did play in some kid films such as Catch That Kid and the
Yeah.
Panic
There was another one. What was it? Zephyria.
She's an amazing actress.
Yeah, she chose some bad roles.
She even played in a remake version of Charlie's Angels, which that also flopped too.
Oh, that flopped. That was so horrible, dude. Like I was upset. I'm a big Charlie's Angels fan. Like I like the remake that they did like in the 90s because I remember the old one from like the 70s, 80s, and they remade it in the 90s with like Lucy Liu and everything. I love that one. And Drew Barrymore, a big crush on Drew.
I just hated the fact that with Elizabeth Banks being the director and she played Tina Bosley instead of Tom Bosley. That kind of ruined the switch.
Because they were trying to make it all woke and like girl power, but if you're gonna do girl power, do it right. Charlie's Angels did it right for the longest time, and then this one they completely screwed up. Even the fight scenes didn't make sense. At least for the old ones, for like even with like Lucy Liu and everybody else, and Carmen Diaz and Drew Barrymore, their fights made sense. Their combat made sense. They hit the guy not once, not twice, but several times to lay him out or with weapons. These girls, pop, thud. Guy is twice your size and you somehow threw him across. No, are you superhuman? Do you got superpowers? You know the difference between a strength difference? Like, and then just like her recent acting that I've seen her in, I was not impressed.
She did something called
Okay,
Spencer.
let's move on to April 10th.
All right, yeah, let's go to April 10th.
All right.
Asshole.
And we are going to start it off with music producer, pop vocalist, and amazing entrepreneur Babyface, aka Kenneth Edwards or Uncle Kenny.
Okay. I remember.
He got his start in Indiana. He's 67, and he got his start with a group called Crowd Pleasers. And worked his way up, got his first appearance on Fox, actually.
All right, I got one right here. I used to look up this guy until I found out he was fake. Steven Seagal, 74, movie actor.
Yeah.
He reminds me of Justin and Wyatt, a fake martial artist that thinks they're legit.
Yeah, that guy kind of
no such thing. Come on, dude. You know how to fight or throw a punch? This guy,
he kind of almost injured John Leguizamo on set.
John Leguizamo. Yeah. He doesn't know how to punch properly. He would talk crap. He would try to take over and act like he knew what he was doing. He's had his ass beat more times in bars than most times. He tried to do like martial arts fights people and got his shit wrecked. He was so keen on trying to make himself look legit that he literally tried to go on cops to become a cop. Even the cops were like, "What the hell's wrong with this guy?" Like he embarrassed himself. Like only movies I ever liked with him was like this one submarine movie. But I think it was just because of the one hot chick that came out of the cake naked. The only reason I really like that movie. The rest of the movie, his martial arts was crap, and he didn't. It just. I'm like, okay, dude, I've been punched in the face thousands of times. That's not doing anything.
I have one.
John Madden died in 2021.
Sportscaster.
He is a NFL coach, commentator, and sportscaster, and he is also one of the biggest contributors for the Madden video games.
How about Daisy Ridley? 34, best known for her role as Rey in Star Wars Force, the three newest Star Wars movies.
Yeah, those were. I feel bad for her, to be honest, because she just played Kathleen Kennedy's fantasy role, and it really sucks for her because it ruined a lot of her career. because she had great potential. If they would have actually did the scripts that Lucas wrote instead of throwing them away like Disney's Nazi evil asses did,
she would have been a good Mara Jade.
Yeah.
I did not agree with
She
that.
would have
so
been
far.
great. Like, they would have made her hair red.
I'm personally neutral on the movie. I enjoyed them.
To be honest, she looks like the Solo kids, the daughter of the Solos. Jaina
Like,
Solo.
I enjoyed the
looks like
movies.
Jaina Solo, the girl that did Black Force Lightning. That would have been perfect role for her.
Yeah.
The only character in Star Wars that can do Black Force Lightning was Jaina Solo. It was the most powerful Force Lightning, and it was a disintegration ray. And it was all about pure emotion and rage because she watched her brother die. And she knew she was next, and she just lost it. Because in Star Wars, if they actually paid attention, women were more powerful with the Force, with emotions. Males were more powerful when it came to combat Force. There was a balance. They screwed it all up.
Disney we're talking about.
I have one.
Yeah, but her actress herself, she's a pretty decent actress. Just she ruined her own career because of Disney.
I have one.
Well, she
Haley
did royalty
Joe
extra for
Osment,
like, I don't really call
38,
it to be.
movie actor.
Okay, what was that? What was that?
I
Dom?
said I have one. An actor. Haley Joe Osment, 38, movie actor. He is best known for his film The Sixth Sense. He was a former child star for films such as Forrest Gump, Jungle Book 2, The Hunchback of Notre Dame 2, and Secondhand Lions and Artificial
in The
Intelligence. He's also provided the voice of Sora in the Kingdom Hearts game.
Yeah, he was pretty interesting. Then, if you really want to watch him die in a movie, though, or show, you watch him in The Boys, and he gets murder fucked. It's really gross. Actually.
For recent work, he played in a film called Blink Twice, and he is the brother of actress Emily Osment.
Wow, I did not know that actually. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He was the reason why she got into acting in the first place.
Let's move on to April
Can we
11th.
do one more?
Yeah, let's do Trooper first. What was that
How
last
about,
one?
how about Charlie Hanema? H-U-N-N-A-M.
That's a good one.
Good one.
No, he best known for his role in as Jackson Taylor in the Sons of Anarchy.
Love that show.
He also played the other pilot in the Pacific Rim movie.
Detroit movie.
I like the Pacific Rim movies. I have
He
them.
also did a King Arthur movie, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he played as King Arthur. It was actually pretty good. The sword fighting was not bad. There were some things I had some questions about, but it's movie magic. I get it. I'm a real swordsman. I can ruin almost anybody with a sword fight. That's why I like hammers and maces, because swords bore me now. Unless it's a Kriegsmark. Love a Kriegsmark.
Hey, the last time we tried to have a lightsaber battle, you were crying and running away, but then again, like glue in the dark.
Well, I mean, I was not expecting when you said we're going to do this, and I pull out mine, and then you pull out a baseball bat with a giant condom on it, and you just start smacking me with it. I didn't know what to think. Then I hit you with my real lightsaber. And then we're here now.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten that out, though, either.
Ooh.
That's why you walk funny. Hey, he said it, not me. Anywho.
It came out the other end. It made it bigger.
We're moving on to April 11th now. As we do WWE wrestler and AEW wrestler Dustin Rhodes, aka Goldust.
I like Goldust a lot. He is a very unique individual.
We lost DJ. We lost
We ain't losing nobody.
briefly.
Yeah, just back and forth flickering. I've noticed it might be internet for him because of positioning. If not, it might just be a laptop needs an update.
That was a pretty good one.
All right, let's go for another one for that because Goldust is fun. I love how he creeped people out.
How about Millie Alcock, 26, TV actress? She's best known for House of Dragons and the upcoming DC film Supergirl as the titular superhero character. Opposite Jason Momoa's Blobo.
Of her, I was skeptical at first, but the more I watched the trailers and her actions, I'm like, I could see this being Supergirl. because Supergirl was like, I just don't care. I'm going to do my own thing. All right, you hurt my dog. I'm kicking your ass. Like, I respect that. She a big dog lover. And you remember, people, we choose the dogs.
Because Crypto actually was the reason why the Superman film was big to some people. So I think this is where Crypto make his first film debut.
Yeah, his actual first like proper film day. Yeah, like he I enjoyed it. I like how the dog beat the crap out of people, but they they kind of semi had to nerf Superman a bit. Nothing against the actor for playing Superman. He had a little bit of the looks as Clark Kent, but he did not have the body or the size for Superman. Like,
how about Anna Maria Polo? She's a TV show host. She's 68. She was the host of Couples Court.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
I used to watch that, and I hated it.
That's familiar. Couples Court was actually funny, to be honest, in some ways.
Born in Havana, Cuba.
What is our pod? We're just episode 55. We never updated that's my fault. Usually I'm the one that comes up the titles. My bad. We'll update it later and call it Tornado Alley. So
I have one
more before we shift off to the 12th.
Jennifer Esposito, 53, TV actress. She's best known for films Taxi, Crash, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, Don't Say a Word, and she's best known for her TV show Samantha Who and Blue Bloods.
Nice. All right, so on to the 12th, Thunderbase.
As we are going to start it off with Tiny Tim.
I was about to get him. Oh, you got me.
Died in 1996 at the age of 64.
I got one. Ed O'Neill, TV actor, 80, best known as for a sitcom series Married with Children as the lead role, Al Bundy,
and Modern Family.
And Married with Children, and Jay Pickshea as Jay Pickshea in Modern Family. Yeah,
I got one right here. Nicholas
Brendan.
Brendan. Wow, I can't read. 1971 to 2026 TV actor, also known in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
It's Xander.
Yep. I like this character a lot because I didn't know he died this year.
It's like a few days after when Hulu canceled. They said they canceled wasn't going through the Buffy reboot. I think that coincidentally he died 2 days later.
Yeah, he died last month. I was actually a big fan of him. I loved how he acted and reacted. He would talk crap. He was kind of like he was the Deadpool of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
It's sad me to find out that he died so young, and he also made recurring appearances in Criminal Minds. His character was friends with Penelope.
Nice. All right, so we're gonna let's do one with Dark Trooper.
How about former?
Thunderbase, you do yours, then Trooper, you're next.
How about Jennifer Morrison, 47, best known for a role is in as one of House MD's assistants, and she was in How I Met Your Mother, Dawson's Creek, Once Upon a Time, and she was also played in Star Trek.
Oh, pretty good, yeah.
All right, Thunderbase, what was the one you had?
Former TV show host of the NBC's Late Show, David Letterman, 79.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
The only reason I say former is because he retired in 2015.
Yeah.
Did we get Shannon Dorothy?
No, we didn't get Shannon Dory.
All right, thank you. Shannon Dory, 1971 to 2024. She died 2 years ago, which is sad.
Breast
She was in
cancer.
Beverly Hills, 90210.
Brenda Walsh.
In Charmed. I was a big fan of Charmed.
Prue Halliwell.
Yeah, I loved her in Charmed.
And she was Prue Halliwell in Charmed.
Yep. All right, let's get a couple more in there, at least two more before we shift off to the 13th.
Beverly Clearly, children's author, 1916 to 2021. She's an author that's best known writing for books called Ramona and Beezus, Henry and Beezus, The Mice and the Motorcycle.
She lived over 100 years. 1916 to 2021.
Yes, she was 105 when she passed.
105 years old. Now that's a goal.
That means Dick Van Dyke's still living. He's actually in the 100. So that's really
the oldest so far which we have already gone past was 115.
That's insane.
Which that's true as well.
All right, let's do two more.
Okay, here's one. Marley Shelton, movie actress, 52. She's best known for being a young actress in The Sandlot as Wendy in 1983. She's known for films like Pleasantville, 1998. She appeared in Never Been Kissed, and she was Judy Hicks in Scream 4 and 5.
Okay, let's do one more before we shift off.
And speaking of Scream 4, it's been 15 years that Scream 4 has been released, and it was filmed here in Michigan.
Movies usually that get made here in Michigan do well.
So Scream 4 turns 15.
All right. Let's go on to April 13th, unless you guys have one more for the 12th.
No, actually. We're good.
All right. Thunderbase?
We'll start off with Ron Perlman, 76, best known as his roles of Hellboy and as Clay in Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, man, I was going to get him. I like
He's
that
also voiced Slade in Teen Titans.
How about Thomas Jefferson? Died July 4th, 1886 at the age of 83. One of the original founding fathers. I think he was the third president.
It should say in there.
Thomas Jefferson
He actually
was the second president. Thomas Jefferson was the second one.
It says third right here.
So was he the president twice?
All right.
He wrote the I believe he wrote the Declaration of Independence.
Yes. 1776.
He was the first Secretary of State under George Washington. He also invented the swivel chair.
All right, I got one right here. Bokeem Woodbine, 53, movie actor.
Oh, okay.
I've watched this guy in a lot of things. The Rock and the FX series Fargo. I've seen him in other things too.
He was featured in a lot of black-centric films like Life, Jason's Lyric, Caught Up, I believe it's called. Was it Held Up or Caught Up? I don't remember.
He was in Almost Heroes and The Rock. He played in roles as Black Dynamite, and Day in the Life of a Butcher, and short films like Three Bullets. And he was.
You're talking about William Sadler?
He's also featured in Spider-Man: Homecoming as Shocker. I don't think the villain Shocker, but they made him Shocker in that one.
How about this? Paul Sorvino died in 2022. Best known as his role as Paul Cicero in Goodfellas, as well as Henry Kissinger in Nixon.
He was also in the second season of Law and Order. No, the third season.
Okay.
That's a name I never heard of.
He also was in the Broadway musical Balliol back in 1964.
Did you guys do William Sadler?
No.
No.
William Sadler, age 76, best known for his role as in Star Trek as William Strider. He was also in the famous movie Shawshank Redemption,
made by Stephen King.
And I believe he was also in a couple of other. He was the dad in Wonder Falls.
Oh,
he was the lead. I believe he also played in Iron Man 3 and he played in The Mist.
All right, got another one here. Eric Advar, 74, TV actor. He's also in movies too. I don't know why they just say one. He was in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and X-Files.
He was in The Mummy.
Yep, he was in The Mummy.
He was also in Warehouse 13 as one of the other caretakers. He's been in a lot of he's one of those actors who just shows up in the most randomest spots.
Ooh. I have one, guys.
All right.
Voice actress Colleen Klinkenbeard, 46.
What a last name.
She's best known for anime voice acting for titles such as the Dragon Ball franchise. She voiced in the Kai dub version of Gohan, Kid and Teen Gohan in 18. She's primarily known for her voice for Monkey D. Luffy in One Piece. She's also done the voice behind Miss Tay in School Rumble. God, that character was funny. Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's do one more before we shift off to the next.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you guys got? What about Jonathan Brandis?
Oh, Jonathan Brandis.
Yeah, Brandis. 1976 to 2003. Wow, he died young.
He did.
He died at 27 years old. Child actor who's created Sword after he appeared in the 1990 film The Never Ending Story 2, which also ended him a
story.
Saturn Award nomination for Best Performance by a Young Actor.
He was in The Never Ending Story Part 2.
And in Fatal
actually end the story.
Originally, he was in an unaired pilot of Saved by the Bell alongside with Jaleel White until they recasted them.
He was a guest star in Full House and in with Bob Saget as well.
He dated actress Tatiana Ali from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air from 1995 to 1998.
All right, now let's go to April 14th.
Oh, we're on the 14th.
Yep,
Here we go.
All right, we're gonna start that off with DJ and producer Brooks.
I got the next one after him.
Yeah, I know which one you're gonna pick.
I got a scary feeling he's gonna take it.
All right, so I got one right here. After that, Sarah Michelle Gellar, 49.
I knew it.
I knew he was gonna go for that.
Also known as Buffy the Vampire Slayer. One of my favorite TV shows growing up in the 90s, besides Hercules and Xena the Warrior Princess.
Before working, here's a fun fact about Sarah Michelle Gellar and all the projects she's done. Before she started in acting, at 4 years old, she was sued by McDonald's for doing a Burger King commercial. She was featured in a soap opera as Kendall Hart in All My Children. She was a cute brunette, by the way, at that time.
Oh yeah, she's done some things that are crazy. She also married Freddie Prinze.
There are a couple of films that she is absolutely forbidden her children to actually watch, and that is
Cruel
the
Intentions.
live action Scooby-Doo movies.
She also featured in other films in 1997 that were 3 projects back to back.
Yeah, that movie is kind of dark because it's pretty much a incest movie. Kind of dark. But yeah, I liked her in the I liked her in the comedy movies of Scooby-Doo.
So in 1997, she did 2 other projects aside Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It was 2 horror films she's done, which was Scream 2 and I Know What You Did Last Summer. She's actually was known for that chase scene in I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Nice. All right, let's go to the next person.
How about this? Wrestler Amy Dumas, she's 51, best known as Lita.
Lita, one of my favorite lady wrestlers.
Oh, Lita? Yeah, Lita is awesome. She was. The only thing I felt bad for with her was the drama between the whole Edge and Matt Hardy thing.
Oh
no, that
she
was
also didn't really get a good. She also didn't really get a good rep at all as well when she was with Kane.
Oh yeah, her career was over after Kane.
Ouch.
Beforehand, the whole lying and cheating and screwing over Matt Hardy with Edge, that was all real drama, by the way. That was that wasn't faked on wrestling. That was legit. Like, she was cheating on Matt with Edge. And that fight between Edge
Yeah,
and Matt.
Vince thought it was just great cinema, so he put it in WWE.
The funny thing is, it's dark about wrestling, indie wrestling too aside. Usually, when we do know that there's two wrestlers having a feud involving a girl,
Mm-hmm.
they usually do put them in the ring together because it makes more drama. I know. I was one of those guys that had it happen where I had an ex that lied, cheated on me with a guy that was the pinkest, most flamboyant, gayest wrestler you ever say, called Scotty Fake Town. I call him Fake Town.
Oh, gosh.
Oh,
you
man,
remember
yeah.
his satellite ears, giant, huge ears,
Oh, my
long
God.
hair. And,
No.
what a loser. And he convinced the wrestlers to have me lose all the time in wrestling, and then we had a real fight. And then I
Oh, wow.
I finally had a wrestling match where I was champion. He did not like it, and he had to face me. And the company he was trying to lie to was like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to beat him for the belt. This." And they're like, "No, you're going to fight him for the belt." He's like, "What?"
Okay,
it's going to be
that's fine.
a belt match, which meaning everybody around the ring pulls out their leather belts, and if you fall out of that ring, you get cracked by every wrestler until you get back in that ring to fight.
A lumberjack belt match.
I remember. And I remember beating the crap out of him. He can cry and scream.
I
Because
got
he
a birthday
my
for you
girl.
guys.
Every time he failed, except for
Man,
one.
man, that sound like it hurts.
I won at
Never
the
hear
end.
the belt part.
I still destroyed his car too. by the way.
Getting hit with a belt hurts.
Oh yeah,
It
Especially
does.
with
Trust
Bud.
me. I had my fair share with belts. Trust me.
Oh yeah, that especially by a big buff angry guy that just wants to hit you, and you're all skin is all sweaty at the time, and you get hit with a leather belt. Woo!
You have no idea. That was
Oh, man.
like harder than like 1,000 bees.
You're getting hit in the calf, you're getting hit in the leg, you're getting hit in the thigh, you're getting hit in the ass, in the back of your neck, the back of your head. They didn't care. You fall down, 5 or 6 of them will surround you and whack, 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 and you're just like, oh god, get back in the ring, get back in the ring. I fell out of that ring one time during that match. I threw
That's
him out like 10.
ugly. Oh,
How about this? Country singer Loretta Lynn. She died in 2022 at the age of 90.
How about
Best known
Peter
for her
Capitell?
best known for her single "Don't Come Home a Drinkin' When Lovin's on Your Mind."
Uh-huh.
How about Peter Capitell, age 76? He best known for being the 12th Doctor in Doctor Who.
I have one. This is a double because the co-stars. It's Skylar Samuels, TV actress, 32, and Abigail Breslin. Where'd she go? I seen the age. Where'd it go? Okay, 30. She's also a movie actress. Both actresses played in Screen Queens together. Abigail Breslin was a former child star that's known for Little Miss Sunshine. And Skylar Samuels is known for her roles for Screen Queens, Wizards of Waverly Place, and The 9 Lives of Chloe King and The Gifted, which is a spin-off series of the X-Men.
All right, let's move on to April 15th.
Never mind.
Favorite.
All right, 15th
I
it is.
got one for myself on that one.
All right, Thunderbase first, then Dom.
We're going to start it off with Emma Watson, 36, movie actress, best known as her role as Hermione Granger.
That's
in
pretty much the
Harry
only role she's known for.
Belle in
I did not like her in Beauty and the Beast. The auto tune hurt my ears every
Yes.
time
She
she
also-
can't sing.
She
can't sing.
also was the main female role in The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
And she made a cameo appearance in This Is the End.
Yep, that was probably one of her funniest cameos ever.
She
You're not gonna
hated-
rate because she grabs
she
the
hated-
axe,
She hated
kill
the
him,
cameo.
and runs off.
She actually hated the cameo, honestly.
Well, it's because she was sexualized and she got pissy that she got sexualized. But now she can't.
Well, yeah,
have
it's because
a-
she wanted everyone to remember her as her role as Hermione Granger.
And that's all we remember her as. I do not care for her as Beauty because she is not
Okay.
Beauty. Nothing against it. You're cute.
That's crazy now.
Not Beauty. Beauty was a busty, brunette, French woman that was intelligent, smart, kind, loving, caring, and could sing.
Well, I'll accept that last part.
She could. Not saying Emma Watson. I'm saying actual Belle.
Mhm.
She could sing.
I'm making a joke. 'Cause
I-
that's our movie.
I know, and I love you.
Yeah.
But yeah, like because we love Beauty and the Beast. That's one of my biggest favorites. And then they ruined it with Emma
that's-
Watson because the theme of how Beast and Beauty fell in love. It's because of that library scene.
Well,
That was a big part to Beauty. When she came in and Beast showed her library, she's like, "You like to read?" He's like, "You can read any book in here, all the books."
It's not, I love the one meme. It's like, wait, you have a library. I don't have to leave anywhere, and I get free room and board. So where do I sign up?
Right? All right, I got one right here for you guys.
No, I love how the Beast goes, I don't think you understand the concept. Like, what are you talking about? I don't have to leave. I don't have to leave. I get free room and board, and I get to read all day. Please,
and
take
the
me.
things come from
Imprison me.
All right, now Dom, you have one, and then I'll have one after Dom.
He's gonna do
voice actor Tom Kane, 64,
got
best
one.
known for his Cartoon Network voice acting work for Powerpuff Girls as the voice of Professor Utonium and him, Mr. Harriman, and Foster's Home for Imaginary
Wait,
Friends.
he played as him and Professor?
Yes. And for Marvel, he's known for voicing Doctor Doom, Ultron, and Magneto. Sadly, sadly he had to shortly retire because due to having a stroke led him to can't speak anymore.
That's
He's
upsetting.
There was a recent video of him going viral with him reuniting with the actresses Tara Strong, Kathy Cavadini, and E.G. Daily, who played the Powerpuff Girls.
That's cute. All right. I got one, and then we'll go to Dark Trooper after that. I got Leonardo da Vinci.
Oh, I was gonna do that one.
Ooh,
I was looking at that the whole time.
sweet.
He is known for making the Mona Lisa, the Last Supper. He was also an inventor who invented the first tank and a flying machine that was actually just a glider.
Yep, but he was from 1452 to 1519.
I have something that I've kind of read about. There was a theory read about Da Vinci that says he used to write with his left hand backwards, like it's a form, some kind of.
Well, it's because he had ADHD.
Yeah, I write with both my hands.
Well,
I'm ambidextrous, and most people that are ambidextrous, when they write with their left hand, write backwards. Most people
that was the reference they used for DC Comics for the characters Giovanni Zatara and his daughter Zatanna Zatara.
Nice.
Which was
all right. How about this?
Great grandfather.
Williams, 29, best known for her role as Arya Stark in Game of Thrones.
Nice. Wow, she's young. All right, what about did you guys get Seth Rogen?
Nope.
All right, Seth Rogen, 44, movie actor and TV actor, voice actor as well. I like this guy for a lot of his comedy stuff. I just don't like his politics because he doesn't know what he's talking about. But Knocked Up, hilarious. Neighbors, funny. 40-Year-Old Virgin, I can't stop laughing at that one. Super Bad, Jonah Hill and Bill Hader with him alongside Freaks and Geeks. And then also he plays a voice in Invincible as the one-eyed alien.
He provided voices of Donkey Kong in the Super Mario Brothers movie, and he provided the voice of Pumbaa in the abysmal remake of Lion King.
He also was in The Boys in a cameo, being the creepy simp guy jerking off to the one girl before she gets exploded.
He was featured in the interview with James Franco.
Like of him like finishing and like, I don't know, I just finished, but are you still there? It's like, Mama, no, your segment was great. Don't you dare. All right, let's do one more before we
Who said what now?
Damn it, Llama.
How about this? Guru Nanak, religious leader from Pakistan, apparently.
Oh boy.
Believed to have spiritually influenced subsequent leaders of the faith. Founder and first guru of Sikhism.
Ooh.
I may have said that wrong. Please forgive me.
They call him Sheikh.
Died in 1539. Born 14 to 69.
Yep, they were called. They call him.
That's wild.
I do
have one.
All right, guys, let's do one more before.
I got one. I'm not sure which one I want, but I'm gonna choose it anyway. I'm gonna go take the route with Emma Thompson, 67, movie actress. She's known for playing Nanny McPhee in the actual movie Nanny McPhee Returns. She's Miss Trunchbull in Matilda, and she is Mrs. Potts in Beauty and the Beast.
Which
Fun fact.
blows my mind that she is all these different characters. The thing I remember her most in, though, is Matilda.
She was in the musical version, which was I think the 2020s Thunder Base. Was the 2020 version? I think the 2020s where she was Matilda, Miss Trunchbull and Matilda.
I believe so. I don't know.
Because the 1996, it's a different actress.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the musical version.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Musical
Yeah.
one's different than the movie.
She's also from Prisoner of Azkaban. Also in Harry Potter, Prisoner of Azkaban.
Okay, yeah, and here's a fun fact: she's friends with the late actress Angela Lansbury, who played in Nanny McPhee with her, and she also was Mrs. Potts in the 1991 Beauty and the Beast film, which she has Emma Thompson to play the role for her in the 2017 film.
I have a couple more still to do.
All right, go ahead. I do
So
a
do
couple
I.
more guys.
I got
First-
one more.
First one is Kim Il Sung. Died in 1994. He's the father of Kim Jong Il.
Uh-oh.
Former president and leader of North Korea.
Whoa.
And then the second one is Azers. He's a YouTube star, voice actor, and does so many voice impressions. He is the one that does the whole Cholo trolling on Call of Duty. He also is the one that does the whole Cleveland Brown from Family Guy. He does Barack Obama. He does all sorts of different voices, but his main ones are the Cholos.
That's
From-
awesome. I do have one more in mind.
That brought a lot of attention to Modelo.
Ooh, okay. I do have one more too, and this is my last one. Cody Christian, 31, TV actor. He's best known for his TV titles Teen Wolf and All American. In the video game Final Fantasy VII Remaster, he is the voice of the main hero, Cloud Strife.
All right. And happy birthday to all of you and to all of those that we may have missed. But at this time, we get into our safety tips and scam protection.
Damn it, Llama, wake up.
Everybody pull your shields up.
Llama. Llama.
What do you want?
Llama, chameleon.
We got cheesecake. Wake up.
Llama slaps hoes. Llama slaps and drops bows.
I don't remember slapping you today.
Damn it, Llama, I'm not a hoe. I retired.
You a retired hoe.
Yes, you were slapping something else.
My wife's my pimp now.
Wait, what's going on now? What did I miss? What's up?
Damn it, Llama.
You missed everything.
It's your perfection.
Thing.
Even cheesecake party.
Mind
Hello
you,
and welcome to Safety
beware.
Tips with the Supreme Llama Overlord. With the crazy ass weather going on in the Detroit area, it was actually doing some decent sized flooding. So please be mindful. Do not drive through heavily flooded areas. You never know where a pothole could be concealed, and also you could just flood out your fucking car, man. Like, why risk damaging your vehicle over having to take a detour? Take the detour. It is safer. Like, just be mindful of other people on the road. Slippery conditions. There were so many accidents this morning when I left out. Like, I drove by 5 just like within like the first 30 minutes of my drive. It was insane.
Yeah, it was bad today. I watched cars get stuck in the water and everything. Just like you were just talking about cars like dying in the water. You're better off taking an extra 10 minutes telling your work that I'll be late.
Says he would go through a massive puddle when he got on the way to work today.
He just wanted to splash you.
I went through a massive puddle at one point, but I knew where the low part was and the high part was, and I watched the other car get stuck, and I went around. But I watched a semi-truck from a company that I used to work for called Core-Mark. They smashed into the other vehicle and kept going. Which I don't think you're supposed to do that with semi-trucks.
You're not supposed to do that with any vehicle.
Yeah.
Like if you get into an accident, it's called a hit and run. When you just fleeing the scene, possibly. I don't fucking know, but it's at least a hit and run. But like, if you get into an accident, you at least get out, confirm everybody's okay, check any damage, exchange information if necessary. And if you absolutely have to fill out a police report, like I do when it comes to company equipment, because if the semi-truck is involved in an accident, then I have to have a police report. There's no if, and, or buts about it. That is the company's policy. Also, I mean, it's just good in general to make sure everything's documented everywhere. But anyways, besides the point, please remember that semi-trucks themselves, they require quite a bit of stop and distance, especially at our interstate speeds. I almost said internet. And in wet conditions, even traveling at reduced speeds, those slippery roads will increase the stop and distance of a semi-truck. Please do not jump in front of them. Don't hang out next to their tires. Like if you catch up to a semi-truck, or even a semi-truck slows down and whatnot, like if you're right next to their tires, you are in a danger zone. If for whatever reason they have a blowout, that could actually heavily damage your vehicle being right next to them. Beware of scammers. Just going to take a pivot on that one.
Oh yeah.
Do not, like, if you do not know a number that's texting you, don't reply to them. Don't even reply to say wrong number, because sometimes when you get a text message from somebody that just seems to be trying to get a hold of their friend, those are scammers trying to find active phone numbers. And then once they find you, well, they got a phone number now.
Unless don't trust me and I annoy them, and they block me.
Definitely do not tell, like, if they're like, "Hey, Jennifer, long time no see. I've missed you since high school." Don't sit there and be like, "No, this is Jimmy," because then you just gave them your name and verified that the number exists or works and whatnot.
I state that I'm recording a line, and the second I tell them I'm recording, they hang the hell up on me because they're like, "Oh crap, I'm gonna get caught."
Yeah, a lot of these places, they don't want to be recorded. So the moment you mention, you are also recorded. So like if you ever answer the phone and like, "Hi, this call is being monitored or recorded," they're saying that to sound authentic. If you repeat, "Oh, you're recording? Me too," and they'll hang up the phone because they don't want to be recorded.
Yeah, and then they'll try to pull this. "Oh, you're not supposed to be recording me." I'm like, actually, legally, I can, and this is a one-party state. I can record whatever conversation that I am part of.
Yep. State of Michigan does not actually have an official standpoint on whether or not it is a one or multi-party state, but there is precedent that has been established. I can't remember the ruling at this moment. I used to know what it was offhand, but there is precedent that makes Michigan a one-party state until a official standpoint is met, unless they have recently established one because I mean, it's been a hot minute since I've looked into it. But from the last I saw, it was done by precedent.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that have been going on with laws lately. I don't know what the hell. The past 10 years have been nuts.
Yeah, I gotta dig into a few different things. But email scams. If you get an email from somebody you have no idea, always double check what email address is sending you the message, because there's a lot of these scammers that sit there and like they make their Google email name like official company name.
Yeah, they'll
then when
like
you click
or something for you to click on, and then they're like, "Log into your Microsoft so they can steal your shit."
Yeah, it'll say like from Microsoft tech support or some shit. But then if you click the actual thing that shows the email address, it'll be like 0758910 because they just smashed the number pad and created a Gmail account, and they're hoping you don't expand that field, because I know on my Gmail, it'll just be like the name that I've input into the system as my first and last name, and it'll show the sender's name. So, and then it hides the actual emails unless you expand.
Yep.
If you get an invoice as a message, because one of the ones I keep getting is the quote unquote or the quote PayPal email invoice, in which PayPal does not send their invoices as PDFs. They just send it. But always make sure to look at the preview. Never click to download any links you have no idea. If you see it's a PayPal invoice and it looks like somebody's claiming to charge you, just log in, check. I've called PayPal many of times and be like, hey, just want to confirm there's no blah charge coming out of my account for X amount of money. They're like, yeah, we don't see anything on our end. It's just a scam. Don't download anything, blah, blah, blah.
Yep, and it happens a lot. Like, a lot. These guys make a living off screwing people over, lying, slandering, defaming, manipulating, because they're demons. They're evil, and they will screw you over because they don't have souls. Those people that scam you, they're doing it, they know they're doing it, and they love it. So people like us, cut them down, figuratively and literally. Where's the machetes at? So, anything else for threat scam protection, Llama, before we shift off to the next part?
Yeah, actually, I got one more just to be on the safe side. If you get a phone call from somebody claiming to be your bank, even if it is the bank you use, don't confirm you use that bank. Just turn around, call the number back. Don't call that number back. Just pull up the actual number for your bank, call them and be like, hey, somebody was calling me. They're saying fraud on my account, blah, blah, blah. And they will go through the verification process then, because you never want to have the misfortune that a scammer just happened to call you because you're a Fifth Third customer, and that's the bank they were pretending to be. Remember, and then they get you to verify your information.
Yeah, remember, they will. Banks usually don't call you or companies when it comes like DoorDash. You call them. As there's DoorDash scams now too. I feel bad for people doing DoorDash where their whole account gets stolen, all the money they just worked for the past couple weeks gone.
Oh yeah, I was actually seeing about that one too recently.
Yep, it almost happened to my wife. I'm glad she caught it right before it happened. Shut it down, and we got that person caught. All right, I think it's a little more time for some Warhammer lore now.
Warhammer.
Whoa!
Greetings and salutations. By the grace of the God Emperor and his Holy Inquisition, I am here to give you this transmission about today. Today we're talking about probably the most mocked military force in the Imperium, just because of their lack of trust and decorum. I'm talking about, which is ironic since their job is to protect the planets that they are assigned to. I'm talking about the PDF, also known as the Planetary Defense Force. Now, by imperial law, every governor, every planet in the Imperium is required by law to have a standing army to not only maintain order, but to enforce imperial ruling. Now, that being said, in fact, a planetary governor could actually forfeit his or her own life if their forces are lacking in readiness. Now, these planetary defense forces can be anything from mindless peasants with spears and swords to fully augmented battle fully augmented troopers with the latest technologies and las weaponry. Usually it goes from these, but the problem is that being the first line of defense is oftentimes they are the most easily corruptible. From chaos forces to gene stealer cults, the planetary defense forces are more often than not always under suspect by not only Inquisition, but the Commissariat as well. They also have Commissariat assigned to them, but it's a really like low-ranking role that is just like probably more of a punishment than a help. Planetary defense forces usually get the not the latest equipment. They get like tanks. They have to maintain them, like a couple of tanks, so some las weaponry, mostly maybe a heavy bolter or two, or some slug weaponry. They literally can be anything from a small little militia to an entire hive, where their whole job is to protect an entire hive, the upper areas of a hive from the lower dregs. Their main job is to maintain order, to follow the governor's orders to the T, even if that governor is wrong. More often than not, the problem is that one of the biggest things, their main goal is to maintain the tithe that has to go to the Imperium. Most of the time, the Imperium doesn't give two flying fucks about these planets. As long as they get their tithe of soldiers, war material, and whatever, they don't really care. Now, there are some planetary defense forces that are actually really good, like the Cadian Auxiliary or the Ultramar Auxiliary. Yeah, actually notable because of what they are, because of where they are. It really ultimately depends on which planet you're talking about when it comes to the planetary defense force, because they can be anywhere from as good as any guardsman to peasants with swords and spears. Some of the most notable actions is, for example, was on the planet of Krieg. During the uprising, the planetary defense force actually turned traitor against the Imperium and fought the loyalists to a standstill, which then they burned in nuclear fire and died horrible, horrible deaths. Pretty much is, like I said, it's imperial law that a governor is supposed to have a standing army. Now, that being said, there's not just a standing army, there's also a standing shipyard. So they also have a thing called the the System Defense Force, or the SDP, which is mostly just is in naval assets, but it's usually old, out-of-date ships with not very much firepower because they don't get very much. And they're mostly, the PDF's main job is to not only quash rebellions and keep the governor safe, but it is also to be the first line of defense if an invasion comes in, which they most of the time they cannon fodder anyway. So, in fact, Caiaphas Cain and the Inquisition have such low standards when it comes to PDF that they are just like, they just have no faith in them whatsoever. And it's unfortunate because a lot of imperial tithe for the Imperial Guard sometimes come from the PTF. They take the cream, they take the best of the best, and leave them with the rest, and be damned the consequences.
The cream of the crop always rises to the top.
Yep, that's pretty much it. You guys got any questions?
So in Warhammer, they're pretty much the guys that get the last remnants of anything good.
Yeah, pretty much.
So like Space Marines get top tier shit, Imperial Guard get the second tier, and then these guys get the whatever's left.
Pretty much, yeah.
Look up Heavy Bolter. None of us can fire it alone.
Some of it's so far out of date that it's just like it doesn't make a difference anyway. Like slug rounds, like slug throwers, maybe a heavy bolter or two, or even a las cannon. But it may and at best like a one Lehman Russ between the entirety of the entire defense force. If they're
that would really suck.
But like I said, it depends on the planet in which you question. Like, there's one planet where one of Caiaphas Cain eventually ends up and retires on, where they had planetary defense forces that were attacked by by orcs, managed to become guerrilla Apex and guerrilla warfare, had caches set all over the planet, just full of supplies, weaponry, and ammunition. That eventually the Greenskins found them, but they held their own against the Greenskins. But that being said, Caiaphas has very little trust and faith in planetary defense forces.
So they're pretty much
cannon fodder.
Yeah, they're the guys they throw in first to get mass slaughtered. It's supposed to be last defense, but
no, it'd be the first defense because their job is to make sure the planet is to hold them off until reinforcements come in, either that the Astartes or the Imperial Guard. Doesn't
so
always
basically
work,
until the real heroes arrive.
Pretty much, yeah.
They hold lines until the the angels come, as they state. Because that's what they call Space Marines. Sometimes they call them angels.
Angels of death.
Yep.
But if they are coming, that means if they're coming down on top of you, that means you're pretty fucked anyway.
Right? You kind of pissed off the wrong people.
At that point.
All right. So yeah, when it comes to that, they don't really get the good stuff too much. They I feel bad for those kind of guys, to be honest. But on that note, that was Warhammer. We're going to go into, you guys know it, the thing that everybody loves the most. Politics. I mean, ticks. All right, let's play this one in a minute. Remember, people, it's the Purple People Party, for the people, by the people, of the people. This is our political view, as we're sick and tired of the team issue of left versus right, blue versus red, red versus blue, whatever, which one you want to go. When you mix white and blue together, you get...
Does it taste good?
There's a disclaimer just in case for people that don't understand. And instead of a corrupt donkey or a forgetful elephant, we have a free, brave bird, the American bald eagle. As we are the Purple People Party, for the people, by the people, of the people. And we're trying to make things done right. I believe in term limits for almost everything involving government, and I believe that we should have less government, not more government, because the states should be able to govern themselves. The big federal government is supposed to just overwatch and make sure things are fine and protect us from foreign threats instead of controlling us and we're paying extra taxes for things that don't make sense, like Somali daycares, of leering centers, and lies and stuff. On that, Thunderbase.
Now in Hungary, everyone's freaking out about all of this stuff because if there's anyone that doesn't care about the will of their own people, it's the Europeans, heartbreakingly enough. Now, in Hungary, there was an election that just happened that honestly was absolutely devastating. The previous leader, Orban, lost massively. There's a lot of claims of fraud, and there's actual there is actual logical rationale explained as to why there was fraud. I personally don't know. I have no idea. I'm not that involved in Hungarian politics. However, in an absolutely devastating defeat, really based Viktor Orban, from what I've seen of him, lost miserably to like centrist, slightly right wing, kind of cucked out, super pro European Union Euro trash. All right, looks like the last bastion is gone. The Hungarians are about to learn the true meaning of you don't know what you've got till it's gone. The rest of us in Europe have just lost our only real stronghold against the EU. Devastating. And this is how a lot of people feel. Now, Hungary was fined 200 million euros by the EU for refusing to accept Muslim refugees entering illegally into the country. In response, Orban, this is back when he was actually president, Orban started busing them straight to the EU capital, Brussels. Now he lost the election and everything is about to change. All right. So, he was fighting back against like this mass migration for a very, very long time. Now, the real question is who wants to go to Hungary? Valid. The answer is obviously they have great food. Hungary has fantastic food. And the reality is brutal. Things are going to change demographically. Right. They were busing illegal migrants saying, Oh, you're not going to let us deport Mr. EU retard government? You're not going to let us deport them back to wherever they came from? No problem. We'll just send them somewhere else. And they'll send them to Germany or some shit. Well, it's rough out there. So Germany, because everyone's shipping all their shit to Germany, and Germany was mega cucked ever since a specific painter killed himself, which was probably one of the best decisions he's ever made. I'm not a big Hitler fan over here, but I am saying ever since Hitler died, all of Europe decided, holy shit, white people are the problem. Let's import infinite browns. So thanks, Hitler. Not only did you cuck the Jews, but you cucked the whites too. So this was an insane headline. Right. Syria has rejected Germany's plan to send over 700,000 refugees home.
What?
Why the fuck are there 700,000 Syrian refugees in Germany? Then Germany's like, whoa, we want to send them home. They do a lot of raping. Oh, sorry, that's the British accent. Every time I think of Muslims raping people, I immediately think of England because that's the Muslim rape capital of the world. In Germany, it's more like,
it is. That's the dark thing. Every 54 minutes, a woman gets raped. Like literally, like every 54 minutes, a woman gets raped in those countries right now, and that's disgusting. Not even within an hour. These guys are running around and just going to town like rabid animals, trying to call us bad. How are we bad when we don't do that stuff? Back to Nux. There's a couple things that he
like, nope, you could keep them. Nothing we can do about it. Even Syria doesn't want the Syrians back. I mean, let's be real. We've seen what the Syrians have been doing in Germany. They're bombing Christmas markets and shit. Islamic terror attacks have increased in Germany dramatically, as did the rape rate, coincidentally. And I love how Germany is just so absolutely cucked that they're going to be like, oops. Oopsies. I guess Syria doesn't want him back. I guess we have to keep him. And unfortunately, that's that. Like, no, you absolute cucks. Put them on a boat and send them there. Let them figure shit out. It's their people. Yeah. I don't understand. Bro, the Euro cucketing is honestly insane. But I see a lot of headlines over here. Syria rejected Germany's plan to send them over. Syria doesn't want the Syrians back. There is one headline that is more correct than any others. Syria refuses to withdraw its troops from Europe. Much more accurate, if you ask me. This is the most accurate headline you could have possibly found. Syria managed to have 700,000 troops in German borders to be activated whenever they want. And the Germans are like, excuse me, sir, can we please return your troops back to your land? And they were like, no. And they're like, oh, completely understandable. Rape away, mein French. My friends, my Syrians, please rape away. No problem, sir. We will do nothing about it. You've told us no, and we will do nothing. They say 9, and it is 9. Yeah, honestly, what Germany should have said is they should have said, "Suck mine Nazi balls." No, I'm kidding. That was a joke. That was it. Come on, calm down, guys. All right, we make fun of everyone on this channel.
It was a joke. But like seriously though, like no, all jokes aside, like seriously, we got to protect the women. You got to protect the kids, and obviously, who protects the women and children, and who loves dogs. It's the Western society. Who doesn't protect the women, children, and dogs? The nature of these people that rape, murder, kill, and they scream it's for God when actually it's for the devil because they worship Baal. Muslims worship Baal. Us Judeo-Christians, we have values of believe in Jesus Christ and God. I believe in God. I have died 3 times and came back. I know what heaven, hell, and rebel look like. And these evil bastards only want hell. It literally says it in their book. Why do you think they're a suicidal religion? The only religion that actually worships death and they believe in killing you makes them go to heaven. Wrong. Bye, Llama. How dare you? Now you're back. All right, let's go to this next one. This dude. Who is this dude?
And look where we're at now. We've won this war like 3 times, according to Trump. Why are we beating this dead horse? I think right now America is just exposing itself. And if the game plan was to like piss off the world, like we're winning that war.
Damn, dude, why are you defending the Muslims?
This everything that we've been sold.
That guy's a
feels
racist.
as though it's a lie.
I bet he's a Muslim himself.
I mean, it's politics as usual.
Yeah. My question is, why do we keep supporting politics? Why do we keep playing the game? The system's obviously fucked up. We get lied to. We get fed a bunch of bullshit, and we keep voting for the same bullshit. When's the last time America's really legitimately went to war?
What he just said was a damn lie.
Cause? In my lifetime, I can't think of a time.
Bullshit because
we won this war in
economic
Iran, which wasn't even a war to begin with. You know, the politicians they weren't even calling it a war. They were calling it occupation, military strike, strategic strike, whatever the fuck they were calling it.
Yeah.
And look where we're at now. We won this war like 3 times according to Trump. Why are we beating this dead horse?
That wasn't him.
And look where we're at.
This guy right here, what he just said was, I think he's just complaining and doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about because he just defended the Muslims. Well, why are we attacking and beating a dead horse? You mean the guys that hide like rats? Do you know how to kill a swarm of rats? You got to find the nest. They dig underground.
Well, no, what he's saying, how he was saying is that according to Donald Trump, we've won this war like 3 or 5 times over. Why we keep it? Why
he's saying that for boasting because he's talking shit back to them? Because you know what Iran is saying? 40 or 50 times now. We won. We beat America. We blew up all your ships. You have no ships. You have no navy. We are destroying America. No, you haven't burned, taken down, shot, or destroyed any of our ships. Not one of our fucking ships has sank. Not one. But we were nice enough to share the sea with Iran. We get the top half. They get the bottom half, the bottom of the sea, because every single one of their ships, their mine-lying ships and everything else, gone. They're the ones that are terrorists. We're the ones stopping this 47-year war, which people keep forgetting that part. That's the part that bugs me a lot. People that don't watch history, study history, or know history. 47 plus years, which is funny. The 47th president had to be the one to stop it. 47 years of death to America, death to Jews, death to Christians, death to white people, death to Western society. That is them. They're the ones that have been saying it. And it's not just I don't believe you. Go watch the fucking videos. Everybody on the internet. Why don't you guys go check and see who's fucking saying death to America? It's them. It's the Iranians. It's the Muslims. It's their religion. Because they're the ones that don't believe in our laws. And they were like, you have to go by our laws. No, you go by the laws of the land that you're in. You do not force assimilation on us. You assimilate to our country. You come into America, you become American.
That's invasion.
Yeah, they're invading. They want to invade us. They want to rape our families. They want to kill us. They want to outbreed us. That's what the 100-year plan was, which people keep forgetting that they said this out loud. I know personally, as I've met these people. I've met these evil, crazy, psycho Muslims that have lied.
It's like a rabbi. It's like the thing the rabbi once said that I don't remember the rabbi's name, but he had said that they have constantly been telling us the truth over and over and over again in our media, in our newspaper, in the news we watch, in the history books we read, everywhere. Yet they have people so brainwashed, so delusional that when they're told the truth, they don't believe it, no matter how many times they are told.
It's because they're taught takia. They're taught to lie since birth. It's a game to them. They make takia a game at first for their kids. Oh, go make up some lies and come back to me and see if it convinces me. They do that. I know. I've witnessed it myself. It's disgusting and evil. And then when they lie to your face and you're practicing takia, they're like, oh, yeah, ha, 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 don't worry. No, you do worry. They will rape you. They will kill you. They will murder fuck you for fun. It is fun to them. You guys forgot October 7th? Or does that not matter to you guys? when they mass slaughtered, killed, raped a bunch of people, which there's still videos of all over the internet about Hamas and what they did. Which that is part of Hamas, which they're the crazy psycho Muslims that will kill you, and they hate dogs. They are dog haters. They are women abusers. They are child murderers. They strap bombs on kids' chests and have them be suicide bombers, and they say, oh, he's going to go to God. No, he's going to go to the devil. And they send children out in the minefields first before they send their soldiers, so the kids blow up in little pieces and die, so these soldiers don't get injured, so they can go and kill somebody. You know what they just did? You know what just happened in Israel? They found a big, giant garbage truck filled with 60-plus Muslims, and they were trying to get into Israel to murder and rape and kill. The Jews are smart. Why is this dump truck here? Where did it come from? Why is it not scheduled and it's at our door? Let's surround it with our military and guns. Oh, look, there's a bunch of Muslims with a note saying they're going to kill us all. Yeah, they arrested most of them. They turned the freaking machine on, crushed the rest of them, and killed them. I would have too. I would have slaughtered all of them just to teach a damn lesson. Don't go after innocents. Don't murder. Killing evil is different. There's a difference between killing and murdering. You're killing a person that murdered people, that's a good thing. Murdering an innocent person, that's a bad thing. We need to protect our people. We need to protect our country. We need to protect Western society. I got a lot of family and homeboys and everything else all around here. They're sick of it. We all have some kind of Muslim fatigue. And if you don't, you haven't been around them enough to know. Because women don't get treated right. They want you to cover up. Remember that, guys. They treat your women as second-class citizens. They literally, it's in their book. And they do child marriage. That's disgusting, 8-year-olds. Now let's go to this guy for the Cyberpunk Dingo. He is a
what is it, guys? It is your friendly neighborhood Dingo, and today I wanted to talk about something I feel like is not talked about enough. Now, you guys know I often speak about how Islam slowly takes over countries and cultural systems all over the world, especially here in the West. Now, unlike back in the day where Islam took over entire countries and regions by force, by just essentially invading them, these days it is very clever around how it actually spreads the religion. And if you wanted to change an entire country very slowly, what is one of the first things you target? Children, or the education system in this case. And that is what I feel like people don't talk about enough, because there is a very coordinated movement currently that seeks to change educational systems all over the West, and even Japan, as I'm going to show you, to essentially whitewash Islam and make it seem like, yeah, it actually does belong in the West.
If you guys are anime fans,
entirely what it says, what it actually is. It is this insane level of taqiyya. Now, if they whitewash Islam this way, for the regular average person who doesn't think about things like this, or the apolitical people, or even leftists who truly believe that Islam is similar to every other religion and it seeks to coexist, it's easier for them to all accept Islam if it is whitewashed and presented in a way that is not really what it is. We've seen how countries like Qatar and Saudi Arabia fund universities all over the West, even in places like the United States. And that is exactly where we see these extremist, Islamist, Palestine supporters and the Red Green Alliance have really gained power, especially in the past few years. Now, we talk about tertiary education in this regard quite a bit, but I feel like people don't talk about how Islam is being taught to literal school children. A lot of the time, parents don't even know about it. So let's start off with what they're doing in the UK. Exactly what their plans are here.
GB News can exclusively reveal that a Welsh primary school has been slammed after worried parents were branded racist for raising concerns about an Islam lesson. Let me explain. Seaview Primary School in Swansea recently brought in a representative from a local mosque to teach the school children about Islam. But parents complained that Christian denominations don't get the same representation in their religious education lessons. Apparently, parents were not informed about the visits beforehand, and then when some objected to the lessons, they were apparently made to feel as though they were racist. Children were being marked down on things like misspelling part of what they do, guys. That's part of their Quran. But there is a bit more to this. There is even the claim that one of the parents, one of the children,
said, I'm Christian. I don't pray to Allah. And that the person who came in to that school
But
to give that
Judeo-Christian
talk
values are not allowed. But it's fine to teach Muslim values in school. You have to force your children to pray their way, and then they say within 6 years you're all going to be Muslim. No, with a side of no, and how about no on top of that? Literally,
Or, hey, here's an idea. How about no?
yes, exactly. Because they're going to call you racist. Oh, they called me racist. I'm so scared. They're going to call me a Islamophobe. What is an Islamophobe? Come on, tell me. It's an unexplained phobia? No, there's a big phobia there when you're worried about someone murdering and raping and killing you and saying Allah Akbar while they're doing it. So actions speak louder than words. Knowledge is power. The question is what you do with it. And he is bringing up this points because he is himself is a ex-Muslim, and they will murder and kill him one day if they get a chance because they don't want to be exposed. It's like when I exposed them, they tried to murder me. Just same thing when I exposed the neo-Nazis that are working for Zenith Films Media with Justin and Wyatt and Todd, which all of them admitted to me and Devontae and everybody else. They're neo-Nazis. Hell, I talked to their ex-girlfriends. Their ex-girlfriends confirmed it. And that they're abusive towards women. Especially Justin and Wyatt are abusive towards women. This right here, let's see how ridiculous this is.
Listen, I was able to understand why some of my friends were MAGA in the past because all the shit that the left stands for is absolutely ridiculous. But if you're still MAGA in 2026, I'm sorry, dog. That shit is embarrassing. Especially anybody who's a Christian who's still simping for this dude after he posted this. Like, what are you actually doing, bro? He's literally posting AI slop that's making him look like he's Jesus on Truth Social, and it's absolutely blasphemous.
Because someone
this after the weird-ass speech that his con woman spiritual advisor, Paula White, gave, where she was comparing him to Jesus. This dude sold over $6 million of his Trump Bible, which was already bad enough. He didn't even put his hand on the Bible at his second inauguration. Let's not forget that his first-term spiritual advisor, Robert Morris, is literally a convicted pederaist. Just dropped this deranged rant full of run-on sentences condemning the Pope because the Pope doesn't support his war in Iran. Ain't nobody reading all that, bro. The fuck? Listen, I've never been a Trump supporter. I'm just somebody who tolerated this dude because the majority of Americans voted for him, and I didn't really have a pony in the fight. But at this point, if you're a Christian and you supported this man, you should be out there flipping over tables. Listen.
Yeah, like this guy, I've watched this guy quite a few times. Like some of the stuff he says makes sense. Most of the stuff he says, I think he's being paid because that didn't make like some of that stuff was just him complaining and taking out clips out of context, which that's another thing you people need to understand.
Oh,
taking clips out of context
Not
is
his face.
Yeah. Oh no, not one of the most racist people in the whole country, Zoran Mondani. I mean Epstein's son. I mean, oops. Yeah, this guy is evil. Every time a Muslim attacks somebody, we don't tell his name. Jews are being attacked like crazy in New York because of this psycho. And he's raised property tax over 9% for the common people, and he's made all the rich people leave. He is destroying New York. Only 100 days he's celebrating. He has already destroyed New York. But yet, remember, you need voter IDs and identification if you want to work for him. But he doesn't want a voter ID for voting for him, as they even proved as people were literally getting signed up to vote.
Ugh.
They're not from our country. How did you vote for a mayor if you don't have a citizenship or an identification? You need an ID. So let's go on this racist, evil person that hates Jews and Christians.
Mayor Mamdani celebrating his 100th day in office this weekend, and he finally revealed his plan to open the first city-owned grocery store.
The Mamdani plan would also stoke criticism as well.
The Mamdani's plan only hurts small businesses already fighting to offer food at lower costs.
They feel like it's a slap in the face.
How are you going to try to come in
These are the
and
real people
disrupt
complaining.
our livelihood? It's not going to happen.
Compares Mamdani to socialists and communist authoritarians like Hugo Chavez and Fidel Castro, alleging Mamdani's plan would hurt grocery store owners and employees.
Mamdani is saying that if the state doesn't tax the rich,
He'll have to raise property tax here in the city. It's all part of his new spending plan that he calls a last resort.
Eggs will be cheaper. Bread will be cheaper.
Fundani proposed $70 million in capital funding to build the stores, which requires city council approval.
He will raise property taxes on everyone, homeowners, building owners, and corporations that own property here.
It doesn't make sense because not only will he hurt the people he claims he's trying to help, he's going to drive a lot of these businesses out of business. He's going to scare people.
They said that the people in New York want Mamdani gone already.
Mayor Mamdani's city-run grocery
even the
stores
homies
are
are
already
telling
a
him.
disaster. You have
A homie just said it himself that they're trying to take over.
He's purposely doing. That's what I was about to say, but he took the words before I could even say it.
And he also got sworn in by the Quran, not by the Bible or the Torah. You guys remember, America was founded on Judeo-Christian values, under one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all. Which you're not allowed to say that in school anymore when that was part of school. I remember that every single day, waking up, going to class, you stand at the American flag, put your hand on your heart, and you say those words as you were.
I learned like in the year 2000, that's when they stopped doing it.
Because they were trying to control and manipulate people, and then they realized they couldn't control us anymore, so they got us sick instead and tried to poison us. So far, everything I have fucked has been right.
Dom,
Really
that's actually where you were wrong. It was way after 2000 because I grew up in school doing it.
Yep, it was around 2010 is when it started.
Yeah, it was like the late
after
2000s, early 2010s.
Because I was still in school until 2007, and we were still doing it in 2007. They stopped doing it not too long after.
I did it all the way up until I was in high school. So
they stopped doing it in my schools when I was in elementary.
They started it early, which is bad. They shouldn't have done that. You should always be a proud American if the country you're from. These guys.
I'm pretty sure we graduated before 2007.
No, 2007 is the year I graduated. I graduated 07. Like, I got held back twice. You got to remember, I was supposed to graduate 05, but I got held back because of one corrupt teacher, which we all proved was right, and she got fired for, and the other one was
that Miss Cox?
How did you know? It's so funny her last name. Oh my god,
No.
That's not a joke. Her last name was Cox.
Yeah, and that was her maiden name. I don't remember what her married name was, but it wasn't any better.
No, it was
like
worse.
it was just as it was. But yeah, no, she sat there and tried to get me expelled because before school even started for the day, she was trying to take my cell phone away, and like all I did was wave at her and walk off. And then there was one kid that sat there and had a condom in class, and he was legitimately just reading the wrapper to the kid next to him. And then she sat there and claimed that he was trying to put it on in class. And when she told him to bring it up there, that he had slapped it on her desk open and whatnot. And it's like, I was in the class when he did it. He walked up to the front and like lifted a piece of paper on her desk and put it under and then put the paper back down.
Yep.
Like he didn't do anything she fucking said.
Oh yeah, she was that redhead that was very yeah. I remember her trying to fail me in class, and then the principal, Dr. Evans walked up and showed her that hey,
Dr. Evans.
Yeah, I know. I thought that was funny. Is that like he works here at the school, right? And he works a job after, and he takes care of his brother and sister. He's here early at school, and he actually has good grades. It's like you're failing him because he does his work, and then
That's funny.
whoa, I just got
that was
what the hell?
Where's this? Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I just randomly oops connection. I think someone's trying to silence us for speaking out. All right, so on that note, we'll go back to memory lane later. Iran.
Oh, but I have more.
What do you mean Iran trolls Pete? Like
Iran made an AI music video trolling Pete Hegseth. Not gonna lie, that shit slaps, dude. It's better than Kendrick versus Drake. Like, this is beyond rap beef. This this is country beef or lamb. Sorry, keep it halal. But this video was all
No,
done in
no, you don't get halal. You don't even know what the fuck halal is.
Ron
Halal
has
is
Legos too. They're just like us, you know. And Legos really are universal. They're for humanity because they're all one color, yellow, the color we're going to be after the nuclear war, right? It appears that they wrote the lyrics because they're very specific. The opening line is Pete Hegseth. This one's for you, you punk ass racist bitch. That's the opening line. Did Iran write Tupac to hit him off? That's just my personal. And then they started going through Pete Hegseth's resume. I'm like learning things I never knew about Pete Hegseth from Iran. They start by attacking his alcoholism, which is just funny because you know this is coming from guys who've never had a drink in their life. It's like alcoholic versus halalcoholic, you know? And then they start making fun of Trump. They call Trump cocksucker and BJ Queen. It makes your head explode when you realize this is coming from hardliners in Iran. This is what happens when you murder their religious leaders. Things get a little loose. That writer's room is out of control. They're like, hit him with a BJ Queen. Bro. And then they're like making fun of us. They're like,
yeah,
rockets only reached 2,000 kilometers. And they like showing it traveling across the ocean. You're like, oh, they're like, we got range. It's like, yeah, you actually do, talent-wise too. And then they show like the AI imagery of the missiles hitting places in the United States. This is disgusting that they use AI. Like, support local artists. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to show images of bombing us, do it organically. You know?
We are doing it organically.
AI art.
Unlike you guys using AI art.
Okay. But apparently I make one exception, and that's for war propaganda videos. AI uses a lot of water.
Yeah, it disgusts me when people use AI art.
They would throw him off the goddamn.
Apparently this is how war is fought.
Like, that's not even a joke. He is a gay comedian that's a Muslim, and that if he showed up to his own fucking country, they would throw him off the goddamn building. You guys forget, Muslims don't like gays. Muslims don't like women showing their hair. Muslims don't like trans. Muslims don't like dogs. Muslims like to rape children. Why are you guys defending the evil? It's sure, make fun of.
He's making fun of them.
Like, this guy, like, yeah, make fun of certain people is fine, but what he is saying, it does, that comedy session, what he just said just didn't make any damn sense. Not including talking about AI slop, that's them doing it. They're the ones making the AI fake videos.
I actually watched the video. It's actually really funny.
I've watched some of it. I wasn't that funny to me. It was him just doing jabs. Like, certain people, yeah, but when you start ragging on other people...
I'm talking about the Iranian AI video of the music video. It's actually really good rap music.
It's an AI video that they didn't do themselves, that they let a machine do. They don't have
people
the
shouldn't be using AI. It's just exactly.
Learn how to code, learn how to do it yourself, learn how to have skills. You know, it's a skill issue. You guys forgot.
Yeah, like pretty much anybody who uses AI to generate images, videos, code, like they're just being lazy and not taking the time to learn it themselves.
And you know what? It's basically a law that's passed that AI is ineligible to be considered as copyright material either. So
they're using it in any way, in any form to slander, defame, and lie. Like, I've watched the war videos that supposedly Iran has done, blowing up our naval ships and blowing up America, and then randomly a bunch of floating coffins with American flags start floating from the, like, it's a video game. It's a goddamn AI. But let's go on this.
I just love the fact I'm talking shit about myself and I didn't get one single damn it llama.
Damn it, llama. You actually are smart enough to actually look the shit up still?
Oh, yeah, no, like...
you actually look up the shit. You don't actually just sit there and lazily type in some prompts. You figure it out.
I mean, I do lazily type in a bunch of prompts, but I sit there and go through and keep making alterations till I...
These guys don't know what the fuck they're doing. They can't even spell half the shit right.
Yeah, with the coding stuff, I sit there and like have it create the base code so I don't have to spend, because I work like 60 to 70 hours a week and whatnot. So I mean,
you know what a
like,
real job
taking
is.
the time to
These guys don't know what a real job is. They just hang out in the desert and kill kids.
Yeah, I talk shit about using AI, but it is a very useful tool. But like there's limitations on when it's just you being lazy
or pushing it for propaganda. That's the big one. That's what bugs me the most is propaganda. And then people are so stupid to not know it's real or not. Like, if you can't tell AI from reality, you have a problem.
But on that note, I'm gonna actually rub one on and go to sleep.
Damn it, Llama! Why did ew?
Dory, I'm gonna use the damn it llama image as motivation.
Well, at least it's off to me. But to another Jew.
Night, everybody.
Bursts. Let's have a look.
We invited 20 people.
الأساس في المدرسة عن إسرائيل.
إنهم ننطقهم لأنهم هم أدونا وهيك. أنا بدي أهزمهم بالحرب، بدي أهزمهم.
يعني إنهم بيعلمونا بالمدرسة إنهم إرهابيين
إنهم هدول سلاح وهدول بقتلوا هدول شبابنا. عمليات الدعس، عمليات الطعن، العمليات هاي تحت الدعس والسكين هاي شيء بيرفع الراس لفلسطين.
These are the next generation we got to deal with that are going to try to murder.
Information I haven't really been exposed to.
This is a lot of stuff that I only thought about and considered, but never actually saw it. So it was really an eye-opener. It's a lot to take in.
They didn't tell us about that. I got to be honest.
don't.
I feel like a moron, an idiot, because I am naive. I live my own little bubble. The world is fine. The world is great. And you see something like that, and you're like, holy shit. Having little kids say that, and telling them on TV shows to kill Jewish people. Like, why are we allowing this? Like, why is this happening? I think most people are like me. We just don't know what's going on. I had no idea this was going on. We are in a.
By the way, I get
Like these guys right here. Like this is what I'm talking about with this. Right here. These kids just said that and these guys are in shock. Like I didn't know that they'd raise their kids to be murderers. There's some answers right there for you. Like let's do a little more.
Guy completely right. If my social media would have been flooded with the same information that he had, like bombings and children and women, I would have hated Israel as well. But you literally don't know why we started. You don't know why we are in Gaza, why we're in South Lebanon. People will tell you it's about the killing of Christians. It's got nothing to do with Christians. It's got to do with Hezbollah. These children are indoctrinated from such a young age to go and commit terrorism against the Jews. The justification, Al-Aqsa, Islamic justification.
And that's what they're trying to do here, is they're trying to push propaganda and lie and manipulate you. It's disgusting. So, on that note, what do you guys say when you guys watch these videos for the political chat before we end this? What do you guys have seen within these lies, slander, defamation, murderers, and psychos that have done horrible things in our country? And if we do anything to defend ourselves, we're somehow the bad guys? When we come into their country after what they did to our country and blow up their leaders after their leaders for 40-something years have been threatening us to kill us and murder us and rape us, and they've infiltrated our country. Look at Texas, Epic City. Look at Dearborn in Michigan. Look at Minnesota. Look at California. Look at New York. All of them are being corrupt.
It isn't just Dearborn. It's also in Hamtramck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That there's a bunch of places that are being taken over, and also a show of power as they go out and pray in the middle of a street in front of a area that is like a law firm or something big or a school or something like that, showing dominance. They have a mosque. The mosque is where you fucking pray. But if Jews or Christians go out and start praying, how dare you? You can't do that. Oh, I can't do that. So when I go into Ann Arbor and I see you psychos walking around handing a bunch of Qurans to people, if you see a Jew or a Christian handing out their books, oh man, I have watched and witnessed the Muslims attack them for, you can't give books of that. That's a lie. No, God Logic himself cuts these people down left and right, proving they're liars. But on that note, sorry for the tangent, guys. I'm always the one on the tangent. At least I'm honest with you guys, and facts don't care about your feelings. And I bring the facts, and that's what pisses everybody off. And you can bring it. I'm mayhem for a reason. On that note, remember, people, this is the Chaotic Minds. And we are also the Chaotic Era Odyssey CEO. The world is chaotic. It's a new era, and it's our Odyssey. Also brought to you by the Grey Mercenary Knights. GMK is where our movies and productions and D&D, as well as other things such as our art from our brother over here, as well as other people for studios, which we'll be doing some movie shoots this weekend. Can't wait until it all goes hardcore. We got Dom here being one of our main stars, Thunderbase himself. Even Dark Trooper here is joining in on us, being one of the big baddies that's going to kick my ass in the video. I can't wait. And I get to be, you'll find out. So, you guys want to say anything before we end this for your promotions?
Tune in on Sunday for 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Rolling to Die podcast. Henry, the DM, what is going to be our match this week?
Tonight's going to be, or Sunday is going to be a one-shot for our Blood Saints. That's right, people. We're bringing back the Blood Saints. The people that fight the evil and the undead.
Grismont.
Yep, Grismont will be back. Mayhem will be back. Spev will be back. Thunderbase, with your character, was it which one are you bringing back?
Valnir.
Good old Valnir.
Hey man, he is the meanest swinging hammer magical barbarian you'll ever meet. All right, Dominant Visions, anything for you before we end this?
Okay, right.
Why that flies?
Before the third eye begins to close, everyone, you still have more artwork coming your way, and be on the lookout for what's going to happen in the end of April 30th. Catch you then.
All right, that was from Dominant Visions. Thunderbase Studios, any promotions for you before we end this tonight?
Don't forget to tune in next week for the next episode of the Chaotic Minds. Once again, I'm Devonta Ewing, aka DJ Thunderbase, saying thank you and good night.